What is up, everybody? Welcome to Sandlot Gaming's Dungeons and Dragons. Here we are running through the Tomb of Annihilation module in Dungeons and Dragons 5e. This is our 19th session of this module, or of this season anyway, since we've come back. I think it's our 17th of this module. We previously ran the Lost Mine of Phandelver and kind of rolled into this one. We are currently rolling through Chult. We chose Iku as our guide, leaving Port Nine Zaro, and we recently got through Mabala. We killed a hag in Mabala who told us to head west to a temple or a pyramid of some kind, and we're currently traveling through the woods trying to get there. We're being tracked by the hag's sisters, who we killed through some type of idol, and we'll kind of run a more detailed catch up here, but we typically play for about 3 hours. We have a druid, a fighter, a monk, a wizard, and a bard in our group. And let's go ahead and jump into the channel and see what everybody's up to.
No, never.
Well, I mean, you keep trying to mock things that can't understand mockery as a concept. That might be a first.
That is problem number one.
I mean, mockery for gorillas, you throw poo in its face, and you have yet to do that, so maybe you should try that.
Where do you get the poo?
Hey, quick mechanic change announcement. So based upon kind of lessons learned from the last couple sessions, when we want to do the survival check for whether you get lost or not, I'm going to roll that for you guys on my desk here, because I'm realizing that you guys obviously see the result and then you know whether you're lost.
True.
I was wondering how you guys were pulling that off, because I joined in that one time last week where Nick was asking, like, basically the mechanics of, like, well, do we know we've gone the west the wrong way or not?
Could you just not show us our hex? Because I feel like I'm getting no advantage to my abilities if you roll it, or if you roll it with my abilities inherent.
I'm going to use your
okay.
Your bonus, and then if somebody helps, I'll do advantage. I'll do the same thing. It's just you won't see it.
Squawk flies above the canopy, but can't tell which direction the temple's in.
That makes sense. That checks out to me, actually.
So, if we were playing at a physical table, some groups have what's called a dice tower, and one of the purposes of the dice tower is to randomize it. But another purpose is you can turn the tray that the things come out of towards the DM, so you can drop the dice into the top of the tower, and then they just tumble out, and so only the DM can see what you rolled, which is pretty cool. But we don't have that, so I'm just gonna roll for you.
Well, yeah. I don't know if any of you guys actually play or have played in a live game, but there are elements of this that make it a lot easier and a lot quicker.
Oh my god, yeah.
Than
Roll20.
Yeah, and just on the internet in general, and like having the map, it's like in a live group that we're in, like a lot of times if we want to, like our DM is like, if you tell us, we flee back through the tunnel the way we came, he's going to ask us, do you make a left or right? And so we're drawing out maps on like graph paper as we go.
Sure. Yeah.
Hey, Hillers, I want to try one thing real quick. Can you type in what I just typed there? So /GM roll 1d20.
Yeah, that should work.
I see it.
You see it?
And I say that it was awful.
It was awful. It was a 1.
Get that out of the way.
Nobody else can. So I think probably nobody else can see it.
Right.
That's right. That's right.
I
would be happy keeping it. I would be happy keeping it to myself and pretending like I didn't know. If you'd want to do that.
Okay. Fine.
I can separate Hiller's.
Hold on. There's a way that you can.
For what it's worth,
I'd rather not
like
Hillers know and I not know. Just throwing that out there.
Why?
I'd rather hear the dice roll and know that the DM's doing something.
All right. That's the way we'll do it then.
God. So we're all on the same. Level. Honestly, that's all it is.
Yeah, but I'm not going to do anything.
Yeah, but you know it in the back of your mind.
Yeah.
I know you were not going to, maliciously do anything or but I just think it's not. Honestly, I think it's not fair to you to know it, and then you've got to play kind of by a different set of rules than us at that point. So
let me make one small counter argument, and I think I'm going to lean towards
That's a load of bullshit, but okay.
But I could see the counter argument that Jason might have a feel
a glimpse
or
that I was that I was actually maybe lost.
How confident? You might have a confidence level, right, in having navigated.
That maybe I was not where I thought that maybe I thought I should have been.
We're
Look,
here.
every one of you has been a man driving a car, and knowing you don't know, but hoping.
But then we would be able to pick up on the fact that he,
Not
how
me.
confident he is in his directions.
I always know where I am.
Right, but you wouldn't know. Yeah, I think
I wouldn't know for sure if I was lost. And in this,
You kinda do.
giving you the roll, even at the 1, as you say, it's a 1 out of 6. We might be going the right way still. You know what I mean? It's like it's impossible for me to know. So,
all right. So here's what we're gonna for tonight. We're gonna try it with just me rolling,
okay.
and we'll see how that goes.
Either way, I just feel like somebody should stick up for me being able to roll. No one
All
else
right.
seemed like they were going to champion my cause there. So
Bueller.
yeah, no one. Crickets.
Did we get a short
All right.
rest after fighting those snakes last time? I just want to
But
clarify.
I think we wrapped up right as soon as you finished killing
Okay.
the snakes.
All right.
So I don't think we did anything. You guys were hanging out on that little island in the middle of the swamp. So you could finish
Swamps.
taking your short rest there. It's the middle of the night.
I just
Yeah,
want
we'd
to know
almost
if I get
have
my
no-
key
We cut up
points
some
back.
snake and have some snake fillets.
Yeah, we're well fed.
So I
Add to
understand
our
that.
ration.
So I have a sword. Am I allowed to sever the snake now?
You have
Now
a
you
sword
can.
and a mace?
Now I can sever the snake. Cool. All right,
Now you can.
great. Now I'm going to sever the snake
All right.
and make this and get some steak fillets. Snake fillets.
You
You have
can't
a
do
sword?
that, but I have a sword. Oh, well then, yeah, you just kill it.
He also has a mace.
I was
I'm
one of
gonna
the
match it up.
Last
It's
week.
like, I hit it with my mace. You have a mace?
Yeah, that was
Okay.
fun.
That was one of my favorite lines
It's-
from last week.
The mace attacks did not go well, to be fair.
You have a mace? No, they were terrible. There's a reason you know.
Anytime I need to swing. Okay, let's get going.
Hitting
All right,
things
so you
is
guys,
not where bards excel.
You guys finish cleaning up the attacks from the snakes.
The mess.
One of the things that you noticed at the end is that it felt like the magic was kind of leaving the idol, and the idol was left cold, where it normally after an attack would still retain a little bit of the warmth. These snakes are massive. They're laying. They're quite dead. Quite visibly dead. You do have kind of the camp that you've set up on this island in the swamp that's elevated out with Roland's magic out of the water, so it's as dry as you're going to find in the swamp at the moment. What do you do? It's the middle of the night. You haven't gotten your full short rest.
Rest with the rest of the watch. We were
Yeah,
only on
pick up where we
watch.
left off in the watch, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so you guys all get back together.
High alert watch.
Sit back down for camp. You've got your watch order going. So Zig and Recto pick up the watch. Inspiration point. Yep, inspiration point goes to Squawk for last week.
Hip hip, hooray!
See if he remembers to use it.
Hoorah, hoorah,
I
squawk.
still get it. Just the question is, do I remember to use it?
All right. Yeah. The new watch order. I'll copy and paste it here. So Zig and Recto, you guys, stay on watch while the rest of the folks go back to sleep. A few hours pass, and Roland wakes up and joins you. Hours more, and you can start to hear the sound of the insects die down a bit
And then we all died.
as the sun comes up, and you've got a new morning.
What's up, guys? Sorry it's late.
You missed
we're just
nothing.
getting started.
Good. Cool.
You're now a newt.
Well, that's not unusual for me.
Day
Hey,
18. Excursion.
Okay. I eat one of my newly made snake fillets for breakfast. Snake jerky for breakfast.
can we add that to provisions, by the way? Like,
Sure, if you'd like to.
Like, if we can somehow turn this into edible food, like,
Yeah.
can we add a day's provisions or something of snake or whatever we kill, lion?
Well, you wouldn't add it as rations, but you could chunk this up. So if you wanted to, how long do you want to spend kind of preparing this? Who's going to be doing this work?
Chopping up some snakes.
I would help. I would
Sneak
help do
Yeah.
this. Yeah, time dependent.
Pretty sure I've been doing that for several months.
Yeah, I
Okay,
think
so
Jason should do that.
So Jason and Roland, maybe?
Yeah.
Would that be a survival check?
Yeah, exactly. So let's go ahead and have.
So I'm just logging in now. So
Yeah,
So
no worries.
Jason,
Jason, you go ahead
and
and make
then-
a survival check with advantage from
Yeah,
Roland's help.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're able to carve out about 4 days worth out of meals from these snakes, which for 5 people that's quite a bit of food.
That is.
That's a big snake.
can I ask while we're on this topic, what is our rations like? You said we're on day 18 and we bought 30. Was it?
30, but you got to keep in mind a few of those days were down the river. Many of those days were in Fort Vengeance. We're only down about, I want to say 5 or 6 days on
No way.
on actual rations.
Not
He
even close.
wants to say that, though. He wants to say
He does want to say that.
So you're probably
We were
down
in-
about 16 days.
We
of
were in Camp
rations.
Vengeance for 2 days. Other than that, we used our rations every day.
Okay. Cool. I just didn't know if we're
3
tracking.
days. I'll go back and check.
It was 2 days. What were we doing there? It wasn't a vacation.
All right. Do we want to keep moving, guys?
Yes.
I'd like to discuss how long we were in Camp Vengeance
It's
for
been
a
3
while.
days since you left Mbala.
Thought it was like a week.
Since you left Mbala?
No, at Camp Vengeance.
You were there
No,
a week.
no, it's 2 days.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll figure it out.
Did we say we were going to give Jason any of our rations?
That's a good point.
I'm eating the snake bits.
I think it's fair to say that he brought to the group
He would just take
roughly the
Steve's
same amount
rations.
of rations that Steve was carrying on him.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Actually, probably better that we all split up Steve's rations. He brings his own.
Handsy.
Okay, so you guys.
That's not how that works. That's not how that works.
So
fucking
you're
animals.
going to mark on your sheet the addition of that snake meat.
Okay.
Great. All right, and that snake meat should be good for a few days, so you should be able to get through all of it.
Great.
All right, and so you guys awaken. Whoa, that is a big jug of whiskey.
No, it's a growler.
That is a big jug of whiskey.
Someone's getting drunk tonight. All right.
So you're in the swamps.
It's mead.
Previously, you were headed west towards the river, and the wetlands kind of get wetter and wetter as you head in that direction. So, is the plan still to head west?
Can we get the map?
Would you mind? Yeah, if you wouldn't mind.
Close your eyes and use your imagination. Imagination.
Butterfly in the sky.
So my navigational intent for today would be southwest.
I would like to be
Southwest.
helping him again with the navigation.
And what is your bonus to survival?
Stand by. It's a 4 plus 4.
So it's a D20 plus 4.
That's what it seems to be. Yeah.
I think you might get proficiency on that as well. Go ahead and do a survival check. I just want to hover. We're not going to use the result. I just want to hover over it and see. Okay, so it's just straight up just a plus 4 straight.
Yeah. Wisdom is not my. It's only a 1 modifier for me, but I already got advantages from background, from cartography and stuff like that. So.
Okay. Okay, so
After we traverse a hex, can we see where it was? Like, how will we ever know if we're getting to Orolunga? I guess maybe we won't.
so the way I'm tough to talk. It's tough to figure out how to do this. Honestly, I'm struggling here. Well, you'll know when you get to Orolunga because it's a big ziggurat.
Right. And we've got a bird that can tell us if we're getting further away from the ziggurat, right? So we shouldn't get more than a couple of days, I would hope, away from it. But it's like map-wise, I'm just wondering how you want to, if you want to keep it a mystery from us.
I don't understand. Like, I don't understand how if Squawk can just fly up in the air and see it, and then point in that direction whenever he wants, how would we possibly get lost?
Because the canopy, I think from a role-playing aspect, I'll say that the canopy is too high for me to safely navigate myself through it. Like at the end of the day, I'll be able to kind of get an idea of where it is, but there could be a lot of weather preventing me from seeing far away. A lot of vegetation preventing me, and like maybe I can't fly as high as I need to get there.
No, I'm saying if you can fly and see it.
There's gorillons in the tree.
Then I can't see that. I can't. Then the answer would be that we're lost, and for whatever reason, I just can't see that.
I think you can. You can see it. You can get above the canopy, but when you're above the canopy, nobody else can see you. That's really far up, really dense. So Squawk can be up there pointing all he wants, but when he comes back down to tell you which direction to go,
he can't figure out which way he was looking as he comes a bit down.
It is Squawk.
I mean, think about it like you point in a direction out on the street, and you go into a building, go through a few different hallways, get turned around a bit, and then you want to tell somebody which direction is north. That is a possible thing to do.
Reliability, right?
Right, but that would
exactly
be
the
survival
same.
skill.
But okay, fair enough.
What are you looking for? Perfect navigation all the time?
No, I'm just lied. I mean, I just want to make sure it checks out logically. Like, I mean, if we can see the damn thing, then we should be able to get there. Is my point. But if there is
it wintertime? Because if it's wintertime, my instinct is to go south. We will go to the right of that.
Yeah,
so here's what I'd say.
I'm just having a hard time.
The logic is.
I'm just having a hard time understanding how somebody who flies, natively flies, and this is what he does where he's comfortable, can't keep his bearings as he flies up and down through trees. Like that's what where I'm losing
his bearings, right? But this ziggurat is roughly 30 miles away from where he woke up in the morning, right?
But he can see it.
Barely.
So, I mean, he can see it enough to know it's that way, right? Like.
He can, yeah, and if you could all fly, then you could all travel across the canopy. But he's got to come back down through all of the canopy, right, and then verbally explain to you which direction to go.
Okay.
And then you're going to have to once you even if he points you in the right direction, now you can't just go straight in that direction.
How about this? Squawk knows which direction to go. He chooses not to tell you.
I mean, that settles it, I guess. Yeah. All right.
Like people get lost in the woods plenty of times, and it's not because they don't know which way the cardinal direction is, because you can figure out, for example, west and east quite easily with the sun, right? What happens is you figure out that cardinal direction, but now it's difficult to get there because you can't go directly in that direction. You've got to around trees, you've got to
rocks
something
and
in the way,
terrains
you've got to go a different way.
Yeah. Okay.
So Squawk could get to Orolunga, no problem. Doesn't even make a survival check if he wants to just fly there.
But I have a sword. I don't have a sword.
And there are gorillons in trees. All right.
So you guys make your way through the swamp.
20 feet to Orolunga, and a gorilla snags him out of the sky.
It's like Planet of the Apes shit.
His corpse is never found.
As you're moving, you start to notice that the land is starting to get drier again.
Thank God.
So the swamp seems to be receding.
Anyone have any throat leeches? No.
The canopy itself is thinning out. So it's not as dense as kind of the mangroves disappear. Very little in the way of wildlife. You can still hear some insects, but nothing really to speak of. No, it's pretty standard stuff. You get towards the end of the day, and know that within the next few hours the sun's going to be setting, so you start to think about camp. You find a very clean and dry patch of turf with just a little bit of foliage, and it looks like it's a great place to set up camp.
Hey, we should set up camp.
Well, if the druid says we should set up camp,
He's a nature expert.
it's apparently our
Excuse me as I roll my -2 nature.
So Squawk can fly up.
I was just going to ask you.
Ziggurat, and if you were to do so, he would see that it is still to the west.
Okay, that's what. Okay. And the canopy's a little bit lighter, so I'm able to navigate a little bit freer.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm okay with setting up camp and just taking it from there.
I did not have.
Okay. So
I will once again. I'll use Molder to try to build a nice place for us to hopefully sleep tonight. Maybe raise up a spot for whoever's on watch can be, a couple of 3 to 5 feet off the ground.
All right, so you raise a nice little mound of dirt off the ground, almost like a little pillar that people can stand on, and the area is relatively open, so not as dense, so they can see pretty far.
Cool.
All right.
Slurpees.
Are you guys ready to start your watch?
No. Yes.
All right, Squawk and Jason are up for their first watch.
The other thing we decided, Andrew, was while we're on watch, somebody's going to be holding the idol. Although I don't know if that's going to be effective anymore. But last week we talked about how somehow it kind of lets us know when bad things are trying to eat us. Yeah.
Although that might have ended at the end of last.
Yeah.
maybe, or maybe they just stop for a minute.
Well, you probably. I don't know if you watched it or not, but yeah.
We're about to.
No, I
find out.
didn't get to it.
How open
Are you
is this area
serious?
that we're in?
You asked like 9 times if it was posted yet.
Yeah, and then I didn't have any time after you finally got it.
I got up like Monday afternoon.
How big is how open is the area?
It's very open. So the foliage is the tree line is separated. You're in a fairly large clearing, probably 20-yard diameter.
Okay, cool. I like to fly up when I'm doing my patrol. I like to fly up high and just kind of try to take in as much as I can.
Okay.
As I'm doing my patrol, I'm not going to do my watch on the ground.
Okay. So you fly up and you're going around, and you can see the plateau of Mbala to the east, and you can see just a small speck of the shining ziggurat of Orolunga to your west.
Okay.
You make it through your watch. Okay. So all of you make it through the night.
Yay.
And in the morning, you're able to wake back up for another day in the jungles.
All right.
I might actually get something done tonight, guys.
Wow. 2 short rests in a row without getting eaten by something.
My navigational intent for today would be northwest.
Right.
I would also like to keep a careful watch out for anything that might be a non-hostile creature.
I would be helping him as per usual with the navigation in what I can.
When Jason takes his first step, I want to fly up and see if it's the right direction.
So, as you start to navigate towards the northwest, you start to see parts of the land. Well, the swamp starts to come back. The ground starts to get wetter, and you start to see that you're retreading ground that you've covered before.
Haven't we been here before?
No, you're crazy, man.
So you head deeper into the swamp.
Whoa.
How far? All right. When we realize this, at what point can I as a game mechanic, like how you want me to use my flying, like where I can fly up and see if we're going the right direction.
Can you see a bunch of snake corpses?
Like I know that what you said. I understand what you're saying, Troy. That I'll get myself spun around, but wouldn't I have a generalized direction that if I know what I'm looking for, if I'm under the impression that we're lost, that I would.
You guys know which way is west and which way is east. You don't need to be the one to tell them that. They already know that as well.
Okay.
We just got turned around.
And you all know that Orolunga is to the west.
Okay, cool. All right, okay. Then we'll just drop that issue. Okay, sorry.
I think the swamp is the key indicator here. Like, we left the swamp and now we're back in the swamp again. And I think we realized didn't we think it was centered around a river last week?
The river, there is a river to the west that runs north to south.
Oh yeah, didn't we have to cross?
So do you see this river down to the far south of you?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
The River Tath? That runs all the way up to the Mistcliff Mountains.
So we haven't crossed that yet.
You can actually see it a little bit here. You have not crossed it.
Right. So
and you will have to cross it to get to Orolunga. You can see this. Squawk is able to see this, that this river cuts through the jungle.
Okay, cool.
I would suggest that we are perhaps on the same territory and suggest that we try again.
Yeah.
But if we have to cross the river, by default, it's going to get marshier.
Yeah.
Like, the villains are going to get wetter. Because
Maybe. Well, not all rivers have swamps around them.
Well, I can't think.
Yeah, a lot don't. Actually, you just are kind of bank, river, other bank. And then it's forest or jungle on either side, including the Amazon in most places.
This is probably like the Amazon.
Yeah, I mean, I was trying to think of the most comparable river.
I look for the prime way to get there.
Okay.
Let's follow the pink dolphins.
So you guys head further into the swamp, and you use some of the cues from landmarks that you saw as you went through it this part of it last time, and you're actually able to find your way back to the snake corpses and the big pile of terrain where you camped. You could choose to camp there if you'd like.
Guys, someone fought snakes just like us.
Do we have like can we do like a breadcrumb trail? Like, is there anything we can drop that would?
The breadcrumb trail was notoriously unreliable.
You could.
So
I think
trees,
track us?
scuff up trees.
So I want to cover something real quick because I think that it's one of the things that's hard to do is appreciate like the scale that we're talking about here. So between where you are now and you now know that you're no longer lost, right? So mechanically, Chris had a good roll. He went into the direction that he wanted to go, and that happened to put him back in the hex that you guys started from today. So from here, it's 30 miles to Orolunga. On Earth, if you were on a flat plain, like not on a mountain, you can see 8 miles before the Earth curves off. You can no longer see anything.
Whoa.
But if one of our friends could fly, for instance, I'm just saying.
Right, which that would let you see a little bit further, but now you're talking about a thing that's literally on the horizon.
Let's get Kanye in here and tell us how far we can see.
Got that tiger blood, man.
Miles.
Yeah.
So these hexes themselves are effectively 10 square miles. Yes, you could leave breadcrumbs somewhere within this 10
Let's
square mile
not
hex.
do that.
Okay, I was just asking.
Leaving a trail of food through the jungle.
Not food, but I was just like, if there was a way we could mark trees or something. I don't know. Like that's all I was thinking.
You totally can. You totally can if that's. So you can do that.
Have Roland pee on them and see if he smells himself every.
So, so what is your
can
intention
I?
here? You want to mark trees
can
so that
I?
you know if you can go buy them again?
Yeah, like what if I sunbolt trees as we're going, like every so often? And I know it's not going to be a major help. I know, like this is a chance that just in case we end up back on the path we came on. That's all. That's all. The only way it would help us. And I know it's a small chance, but it's something, right? It's something that if we ended up going that way, we would recognize it and we would know.
Okay. So you want to sunbolt trees every 100 yards or so as you.
Yeah, like a big tree as we come across it. Just to leave a mark on it, like a unique mark on it to know we've already been there.
All right. Yeah, you can do that.
All right.
But I think it's nighttime at this point in the swamp, so maybe time to rest and go back to your watch.
All right.
Somebody has something else they want to do.
Like the Sunbolt Jason, if that's possible.
Yeah, can we just light the whole entire forest on fire?
You can. You
It'd be a
can.
lot easier to see.
All right, watch that.
This half of the forest is raised to the ground, so we've been here before.
All right. So
We could just light it all on
The newest
fire.
experience reeks of cowardliness.
Light it
Once
on
again,
fire and
you
run away
guys-
from it.
once again, you guys make it through the night with no interruption.
Okay.
You got your short rest, and in the morning, you're able to cook up some snake and maybe even carve off a little bit to replace the last 2 days' rations. So you still have 4 days' rations from the snakes. And it's time to set back on the trail. So, Jason, which directional intent?
Given we are where we are, we'll try to go back southwest, which I assume we would have seen some of the landmarks in that general area, maybe during our last traversal.
We never made it really to the southwest
Oh no, I never did.
last time. Not last time.
Okay, southwest still.
Okay. So you head in that direction, and you feel the water start to get deeper, and the jungle gets denser and more mangrove like. And at this point, it's starting to be up above your boots, so it's fairly difficult to trudge through.
That doesn't sound great. I'd like to consult the group if they'd like to try to wade through, given that we don't know what's under our waists. From my experience of mangrove forests, they're not exceptionally deep, but there are every manner of creatures living
I don't
underneath
know
the water.
we do anything.
Underneath the water. Fair enough for the bird guy. For the rest of you,
I look around for a big, like, sizable branch that I can use, like something that's like 6 feet tall,
Okay.
but light enough that I can carry it. And as I go through, like, I want to kind of like forge across it, but like stick this to kind of gauge how deep it is for everyone as we're crossing the river, so that everyone can see
You're
like how.
flying
well,
and doing
if it's mangroves, it's not necessarily
Or
a
you
river.
walking?
It could be a very.
I'm gonna fly over the water. I'm flying over the water, and I want to like stick the just to get an idea of how deep it is.
Are you walking on the water as you fly over it?
Yes,
That's kind of cool.
No.
So how tall are you?
5 feet. 5 feet. 4
So
feet.
this thing that you're poking basically sticks down 1 foot below your feet by default, right? Like how are you trying to do this?
So I'm 5 feet tall. So if I fly horizontal,
Hmm?
and I have a stick that's like 5 feet deep. Like, I mean, I can get like a couple, like even if it's just like 3 feet down into the water.
So go ahead and make an acrobatics check for me.
Okay.
Okay. So you're able to fly, and keep in mind, you have to go really fast to go horizontal, right? Like, you're not a magically levitating creature, you just have wings, right? And so your feet are going to droop
Okay,
because
true.
of gravity by default. So you, in order to do this, you
Well,
are
I can hold it with
flying
my feet.
super fucking fast. you're screaming back and forth.
Well, I can hold it with my
Stick in the
feet, can I?
What's that?
I can hold it with my feet.
You could.
So I can just sort of like hover. I can hover and just kind of like poke the water and just see, like, go to the middle part and put the stick in
Okay.
to see
So
how deep it
you're
is.
gonna hold it with your feet talons and go.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you're able to go chunk, 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 and you see that it's normally about 2 feet, give or take a foot.
Okay, so there's plenty of room, so we can easily forge it. So it looks like we can forge it.
And so that was you went out about, let's say, 100, maybe even 150 yards, testing here and there, and that's it
I
seemed
go
pretty
into-
consistent.
drop it, and then I'm gonna like fly up higher, like 10 feet up in the air, and like go back to him to make sure nothing
Alright.
like jumps out of the water at me.
Okay.
For gorilla
So,
jumps down on the tree.
All right. So you're
So-
back to the group.
Provided he tells us what he found, I would say, so to review, as I said originally, it's going to be about waist height going through here.
To
but
review,
we don't know
we
what's
wasted
under
2
the
days
water.
of travel because of your directions.
I'm just saying, mangroves are about that height. Do we want to brave it, or do we want to go back and try a more northerly approach to...
Do we think this leads us to the river?
We were told that we basically have to cross it too, so keep that in mind.
I can't promise you that if we go further north, that it'll get us out
We'll
of
be going north.
You're welcome to try to navigate if the group thinks that's best.
So,
But,
Jason, go ahead and make a survival check.
Okay.
You can do it in the open.
In the open.
Nice.
So you know that generally rivers flow down from mountains, right? And you know that the mountains are to your north. So you're quite confident that the river that is to the west, that runs north to south, is going to like in order to walk around it, you guys would have to go so far up into the north that you're basically mountain climbing up and around the river.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
But
So
is this the
extended-
river?
No, it's
This is
extended
this is
wetlands
the-
extending
the-
from the river.
Okay.
This is
South
The
West.
watershed area or whatever. Yeah.
So if we wanted out of it, we would have to go further south rather than further north. And hope for that.
Let's
but
just-
even that might not get us there.
I vote we just press on.
Press on? Yeah.
As long as
I-
it doesn't seem like it's the swamp we just came through, I say we press on.
I agree.
It seems to be a new swamp because it seems to be deeper than the swamp where you fought the snakes.
And is this
I mean,
is this
still it
is
still
the-
seems to be part of the same swamp area. It's just getting deeper.
is there a current at all to it, or is it just kind of stagnant water, just kind of like sitting water?
It's mostly stagnant. There's a little bit of a drift, so maybe there's a current further away. But
Mangroves have
For
a
all
slight
intents and-
tide.
Is it from right to left for us?
Well, it's a tide,
it's-
so it would go
it's
right
like-
then left.
It goes
I'm,
up and
I'm
down.
saying no. I'm saying as we're walking towards it, we're looking at it. Does it
It
seem like
would be
it's
going from the mountains in the north to the south.
does it seem like it's
Going
coming
our
from
right.
our right going to our left, which would be
It
from?
should.
So
I just want to
it-
make sure
it
we're not
actually
going
depends
north
on-
or south. That's what I want to make sure.
Sure. So so there are still a lot of trees here, right? And so those trees create their own currents as the water passes
Okay.
by it. It's a little bit
Hard to tell.
nebulous.
Yeah. Okay.
Hard to tell.
Fair
Because
enough.
it's really not noticeable at this point.
Gotcha.
Okay, let's cross it.
Yeah. I mean, any strong objections to just powering through?
Yeah, let's just keep going until we maybe have to change our minds. I mean, we gotta go.
I'll head southwest.
You're still marching through. So it's still the day.
Okay.
So you're continuing to march through the swamp. Roughly about midday.
Good.
Sigmundo, you
Yes, sir.
happen to notice a body hanging from a tree, like from a tree branch.
Oh no, guys, are we going south? Okay. How high is the tree branch above me?
It's not above you. It's kind of off in the distance. So this is probably about 50 feet away. And you see kind of two legs with some sort of red dress or robe dangling from a tree branch that's maybe 8 to 10 feet up.
Who's walking next to me?
I'll let you guys decide that.
What's the marching order?
I think I was second. I think Jason was first.
I think it's either me or Squawk at this point.
There you go. That's who's walking next to you.
Squawk is
Oh, yeah.
normally flying.
That's why
so
Squawk's
it's
the
not
one.
really-
So it would be me. It would be me, and
Yeah, why would you walk through a mangrove swamp? That's,
you'd be between us because Recto's always in the back.
Okay.
Yeah, Zig is Jason's ahead of you. So the marching order, by the way, is Roland in front, followed by Jason, followed by
Oh,
Zigmundo, followed by Recto.
Huh. Okay.
All right. I turn to Recto and I gesture that way and I ask him, do you see that?
The body's hanging from the tree. Is that what you're referring
No,
to?
the other thing.
No, the rainbow.
Double rainbow.
Yeah.
All the way across the sky.
Can we tell if it's a humanoid or the size of the bodies or anything like that?
It's a dressy.
You can tell that it's. They seem to. You can really only see the legs. You can see that the legs are humanoid legs, roughly human sized.
In red clothing?
Yes.
Do we know anything about red clothing, guys?
Other
Red
than
band?
its pigment.
No, like, do we know any like tribes or anything red, like anything that would indicate who these
We
people might
don't
be?
know
Let
anything
me,
about
let me
Lots
the
of
turn
red
it
people
band.
back
wear
on
lots of
guide. Hang on a
colors.
second. Oh, that's right. She flew off as a giant snake dragon thing.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, good point. He does that.
I
well,
think it is
How many
one-
bodies are there?
We'll point
You
out
only
to
see
the rest
one.
of the
No,
group.
no, hold on.
You've only
Guys.
seen one.
Yeah, we point out the rest of the group.
I stop.
Thank you.
How far
So
away
it's-
is this?
It's about 50 feet, and it's not directly in front of you. It is off to the side, so you could go investigate. You can continue going forward.
I'll go investigate it.
Yeah, I'll
That's
kind
you?
of I'll follow him. I'll walk with him.
Yeah, I'll fly over to it. and
I'm gonna
investigate
stay
it.
with the group.
Yeah, let's split.
So as you get, Squawk and Recto, as you guys get closer, you're about 20 feet away when you realize that it's only half of a body. It's only
Heck.
the bottom half of the body that seems to have been perched up on top of this branch. It's maybe up to about the navel, and it's kind of teetering, barely hanging onto this branch with the legs hanging off.
Like there was somebody sitting on the branch, and the rest of their body is gone.
It's a little bit more haphazard than that.
Okay. Like it landed
it's
there.
Like a giant monkey thing. Put it
Like-
away for later.
Like something got full eating it and left it up there.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave that alone.
Yeah, we're gonna just proceed. Go back to the group as quickly as possible.
We're gonna
And
loot the body.
No. I'm not looting. No, I'm not doing
More
that.
Snurpies for Zig.
Yeah.
And the one thing you were able to discern before you turn around and head back is that the clothing was the bottom half of a robe, of a red robe.
Okay.
You guys,
All right.
you guys
You
turn
know
around.
what? Fuck it. I'll go over and investigate it. I'm gonna go over and investigate the robe.
So
I'm gonna check it for traps first.
So you fly a little closer, and
I'll go with my stick. Make sure it's
Traps.
not trapped.
Like, because that's what people are attracted to. Bottom half of things with trees.
Hey, it worked on Chewbacca.
are you
That's
actually,
that's how they caught you. That's how Ewoks caught Chewbacca.
are you actually poking it with a stick?
Yes,
Are you carrying a stick?
I pick up a stick and carry it and poke it.
The 6'1" that he said he
The
had.
stick, he still had the stick earlier.
No, I dropped that one. in the
No, he
water.
dropped that one.
Oh.
Okay, so you poke the body, and it doesn't before it very quickly starts to just fall off. It slides and drops bloop, down into the swamp. You've got kind of like one shoe sticking out, and the rest is submerged under the water next to the tree.
Okay, I'm gonna fly down and grab it by using my my feet talons and like grab him by the foot, grab the body by the foot, and pull it up and fly it back over to the group.
Okay.
Did you say feet talons?
Bloop.
Yeah.
And pull it up out of the water, and it's drenched, and you've got some rotten guts starting to fall out of the remains of the abdomen, and you kind of fly it, and it's pretty heavy because now the
Right, it's all
remains of
wet.
the robe, which are now drooped down, are soaked, and you fly it over, and you're now kind of hovering next to the group with the body, at eye height, next near them.
Okay, I put it down on the ground and I will search the robes.
Jason says, "Gah, you fucking crow! We don't want that thing over here." Go play with it over in the jungle if that's what you're gonna do.
What is wrong with you?
So you find some branches of a local that can kind of form because most of the ground here is covered in water, right? So you wouldn't want to just drop it right in the water, but you're able to drop it on top of those branches, so that it doesn't fall into the water. Poking around, you don't find much. You find about 3 gold and 4 silver in one of the pockets of the pants. The robe is ruined. The boots are serviceable, but nothing special, and probably wouldn't fit you.
Right. Are there any kind of identifying marks on the robe?
This is the robe. This is not an intact robe, so you're seeing there's something tore. What you can tell is something tore the rest of the body away, including the robe.
Okay.
And it seems to have happened in essentially one quick slice or bite or whatever, because it's left the remains of that robe there.
How recent is this? How? I mean, obviously, I just dumped it in water, but like, is it still like relatively warm and like fleshy?
It's not warm, but it hasn't fully decayed to bones, so you would expect that this is. Go ahead and do a medicine check, actually.
Ooh.
So you believe that it's probably more than a few days, less than a month.
All right, guys. I think this is more than a few days old, less than a month. I think we should get going. I think we should wait for whatever this is to come back.
Congratulations on determining the jungle is dangerous. Can we proceed?
I second the bird's suggestion.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Onward.
All right. So you guys continue marching deeper into the swamp. You can see that the water itself is now taking on a more current, and the current is a southward current to your left.
And how wide is this current? Is this now?
Not really sure.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
You know what a current is?
Yes, I do. Sorry.
Wait, is the
We're
current
still wading
swing?
because we're still wading through the water.
Is the
That's
current
why.
open in or out?
6 feet.
How does the current smell?
It's I mean, it's still water as far as the eye can see right now.
How tall is the current?
Which way does it go?
How slippery is this water?
Temperature-wise, we're talking.
The water is
it's humid and
pretty warm,
cold.
actually. Pretty warm.
So, how far across is the river? You said.
We haven't seen the river yet.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
So
it's still water as far as we can see.
One is as bad as the next.
yes.
Sorry, I was laughing at the current thing. Trying to come up with dumb jokes. All right, we just keep going then.
Let's keep going.
Yeah.
So you guys, it's getting late in the day. The sun has now dropped over the western canopy, or past the western canopy, so it's beginning to get dark. And as of right now, there's essentially no dry land. It's all about 2 to 2.5 feet deep water. There are still trees. There are mangrove roots. There's no obvious place to make camp. Yeah.
So we've been going at it for a while because wasn't it midday when we kind of got into the riverish area?
You've been in the swamps for over a day now.
So if we're in a mangrove area, our only
We got to keep going.
well, rather than take exhaustion if it became night, I would recommend that we make what camp we can up in the crutches of the mangrove trees, which are notoriously spread out, sort of large, supportive superstructures.
I agree. I don't think that we have the resources just as heroes right now to be able to handle being exhausted and trying to make it through this. Like, if we had just had a long rest, I would say sure, but I don't think that we have the we can't take what we have now and be exhausted.
Right. So we would have to make what camp if it becomes night. Jason's suggestion to the party is that we make what camp we can in the crutches of the low boughs of mangrove trees. It'll be a bit uncomfortable. It won't be a good rest, but it will be out of the water, so we won't drown or be taken by snakes or crocs or whatever else lives down there.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
But we would proceed as far as we could during the day, obviously, before that became necessary.
I like the hat, Mike. Tell Sarah we said hello.
How are you wearing that hat and then you don't like my division hat?
Yeah, so if we're gonna camp, I'll perch up a little bit higher, up in the mangrove, up in the trees, in the branches. Once again, kind of taking an overseeing approach to it, trying to take as much as I can in during my watch.
Okay. So who's gonna make so that's what for the rest of you, who's gonna what are you guys, how are each of you kind of getting your bed ready, or how are you sleeping?
So for my watch, rather than patrol, I would recommend that Squawk and I just sort of take opposite trees and sort of perch and keep what lookout we can, including ripples in the water. But for my bed, I would find sort of the central branching, typical of mangroves, right? And try to find the largest one possible to lay down sort of a sleeping mat in proximity to the group.
Okay. Yeah, so you find some branches that kind of bent in a way that you're not going to be able to lay flat, but you can kind of lay almost like you're in a hammock.
Right. Keep in mind, we only need to find an area for like one or two people, because the way that our shifts work, we can just keep using the same spot over and over again for sleeping.
True. Okay, so that's how Jason does it. Let's see, Roland, you and Zigmundo will be asleep and or meditating during that time. What do you guys do for your places?
So I would try to make a quick perch for us. Again, I'm trying to use mold earth. I know it won't be as good here, but try to move some of the mangroves a little closer that might have a little bit of a crutch in them. Kind of maybe shift some around a little bit to help get something that'll at least support us. Nothing, I don't think they'll do anything crazy, but maybe move a few things around.
Okay. So yeah, you try to use mold earth on some of the earth comes up in yucky mud and just sinks back down. But then you notice two mangrove trees that are pretty close to one another, and use mold earth to basically tilt each of them towards one another. And now they have a couple of their branches are now touching and kind of intertwined, so that you can make them a stronger resting spot. Yeah, thanks for sharing that.
Me, myself, I'm going to try to find a couple branches close enough together to sit up in and be quiet for a while.
Okay. All right. Wait a couple minutes for Mike to get back.
I'm listening. Sorry, I'm listening and talking at the same time. So, kind of listening. So
you guys are just going to start resting.
Trying to find like spots in trees to rest or whatever, right?
Yeah. I think that you guys have found 2 or 3 spots, which should be enough as you swap turns for the watch. And then the 2 people on watch have picked out kind of trees on opposite side of the camp to switch between.
All right, cool. Yep.
So let's see.
God, so much roll.
God, too much.
Can I use an inspiration roll to prevent one of those rolls?
No, don't. Just save it.
So, Squawk and Jason go ahead and make a perception check.
Christ.
Okay. Sure, I should have my perception check just on my screen.
Oof.
So, Zygmundo, Recto, Roland, you all hear and Squawk, you're woken up by a huge roar coming from the west.
Woken up by you
Sounds
were
like
asleep
it's-
on watch.
So that's coming
this
from
is,
the river.
During third watch. This is it's about the sun's starting to rise, like the sky's starting to light up. It's maybe 5 a.m.
Got
You
it.
can see like this pink hue to the sky, and you hear this loud "Rrrr"
Here comes the sun.
from the west.
little darling.
Here comes something.
Okay.
I'd like to point out to the group that is in the river or right on the other side, likely. 'Cause that's where
We just hear it. We don't
west,
see anything.
You do not see anything currently. No.
How high can I fly? Or how is there a canopy above me?
There's a light canopy above you. Yeah.
All right. Can I fly up above it and get an idea of be looking off to the west to try to scope out if I see anything?
Sure. So you fly up, and as you crest above it, you see the sun rising over the eastern edge of Chult. You can look to the west. The ziggurat of Orolunga is now closer, quite a bit closer, and you can see the river much more clearly now. That's not very far to your west, but you do not see any creatures.
Okay. And how high?
Keep in mind, like, look, in order to see,
I know. I'm trying. I
know
know.
got to be either directly below you,
Right.
flying above the canopy, or taller than the canopy.
I was actually more worried about it being taller than the canopy, or like seeing it like in an opening. Like, to be honest, like
That would be
Real bad.
Godzilla.
That's runaway
bad
time.
news.
That's highway time.
Hit the brakes.
Hey, at least it's something we want to know.
Okay. Anyway, guys, good news. The river's close, but I don't see anything. I didn't see anything else. I didn't see anything growling.
Are any of us in the water right now?
No.
I think.
Is there any
Jason,
way
why
to-
don't you go check it out?
Is there any way?
We'll
to
stay
kinda-
here. We'll stay here and hide.
Is there a way to
I'd rather
determine the
just keep
distance?
moving.
Roland, can you go ahead and make a let's do a perception check. It sounds pretty distant. It is not not nearby. It is miles away.
I relay that information to everybody, so the hair in the back of your neck can stand down.
So sorry, I was end of conversation with Sarah there. This is in the direction we're headed, or the direction we came from?
It's west. We're headed towards the river,
That's unfortunate.
All right.
but it doesn't sound like it's in the river, so that is good to know.
Probably a T-Rex waiting for us on the other side.
Probably. All right. Let's now. Well, since we're up, let's get going.
All right.
Do we have any other options at this point?
We can go back east.
No.
I mean, I guess that's a dumb
Yeah, but-
question. Yeah.
Give it up as a bad job and open an inn, I guess.
we do have some good real estate back in Fandolin. We go check on what's his name.
No. He's
Shoot over
bankrupted.
birdhouses.
He's bankrupted us by now.
What was his name? God.
Doesn't matter.
Droop.
Let's get west.
Droop. Yeah.
Droop.
Let's get moving west.
All right. Droop's
Okay.
probably mayor of that town by now.
As we're traveling, now that we're aware that we keep an ear out for this roaring and for whatever that was that woke us up to make sure that to notice if it gets any closer.
Sure.
Yeah, is there a way we can, do we want to slow our pace as we head that way so we're
I
not
want to slow our pace,
surprised?
so I think that we should just be aware.
I want to get across the river, and then I want to start worrying about that.
Okay.
Yeah, and I get that's a good point. We're
If we
always
go
on
across the
whatever
river
dialogue
and that kills us, it doesn't really matter what's on the side.
I will tell you this: if that thing roared again, you would notice.
Okay. Sounds good. Okay, I think we should just keep heading west. And hope
It's not gonna sneak up on us.
All right.
The Gigasaurus that's in front of us.
Giggity.
Jason, which direction are you headed in?
We'll go southwest today. Or not.
I'm still shooting trees, by the way. I don't know that matters, but
Alerting every monster.
right.
So this is how I'm gonna kind of deal with the map. Is like at this point you've moved on from the prior hex, and you're now confident that yesterday
Is behind us.
Yeah.
Tomorrow isn't before us.
Can Squawk at least fly up and determine if we're closer to the temple than we were the day before?
You can determine it just as you share it.
So it's the morning. So you're no closer in the morning of today than you were end of the day yesterday.
Well, yeah. Okay. Well, based on. All right. Well, you know what I mean. Okay. Yeah.
Then do you want to compare to like where you started yesterday?
I just want if Squawk can tell that we're getting closer to the temple versus heading.
Hey! I don't ask what Recto knows.
That's good because I don't know much. Okay, I guess you don't have to tell us. I mean, that's fine. We can just wander the woods aimlessly like Kane and Kung Fu and figure out, how it goes.
It's not aimlessly. You wisely hired a guide in Fort Vengeance, who then, not a guide. You hired a guide in
Port Nyanzara.
Yeah, who abandoned us, and then there's a backup guide that you found in Port Vengeance. we'll do our best with that.
There you go.
So we proceed along our way. Again, I'd be keeping a special outlook for anything suggesting a civilization of non-ravenous monsters.
Okay.
I would like to, as we're moving along, keep a keen fact of looking for large footprint tracks as well. Again, now that I've heard that roar, just to
from a game mechanic standpoint, and I'm sorry to, never mind.
Oh,
I'll ask a break.
Okay. So you guys continue to move forward, and you can start to hear what sounds like a river in front of you to the west.
We're getting closer, guys.
And so it's roaring. It sounds like it's a fast-moving river.
Do I see something that looks like a river?
Where
I
are you?
hear something that looks like a river. Do we see something that looks like a river?
You do not. No, none of you see the river. Squawk, if you flew above the canopy, you might be able to see something. But from flying around through the mangroves, you don't. But you can feel the current of the of the water that you're walking through is starting to move at a faster clip.
Okay.
Okay. So you guys.
How tall is the current?
Blue.
Copy. Got it. Thanks. So that's it. I mean, the sound, I guess, gives us a tip on where we need to go. So
Head that way.
And how far across is this? How did we decide how far across the river?
We haven't seen it yet. You haven't seen it yet.
Oh,
but as you guys, roughly midday, you can now see that the trees in front of you are starting to clear out. It's getting less dense, and as you approach that tree line, you see beyond it a fast-moving river that it has some mangroves by the banks, but you're able to kind of also walk along the edge of the river a bit and find some more solid ground. But the river is not terribly wide. It's you find it's at the narrowest. You can see about a 50-foot gap. At other parts, up to 100. So between 50 to 100 feet wide.
50 to 100 feet wide. Okay. How much rope do we have?
Each of us has
50
about
feet.
50 foot to our packs.
So what we could do is I could take the if we can tie the ropes together, I can take them, fly across, and like loop it around a tree, and fly it back, and we can use that as like a pulley system to help get across.
Smart.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Solid idea.
How does this
We
work?
also have that that underwater breathing cloak.
Yeah, and you also have that.
Oh,
Oh, I can actually let's just do that. I can
Yes.
Andrew, you can go over, and I'll just take and fly it back, and we can get.
Yes.
Yes.
We
That's
should
so much
swim-
smarter.
we
I
should
can
use the
swim
rope
over there. I
thing.
could probably swim over myself too, so I can help somebody if there's somebody who's kind of.
Dude, don't use an animal shape if you don't have to.
No,
No, I mean it gets somebody across.
we don't need to worry about that.
We could
just do
swim
it like
across in like a second with this cloak.
Yeah, but we should still get a rope. Come on. I mean, let's not be silly here.
this. No, because like by the time
No,
I can fly.
There are so few
I do.
animals that can swim as fast as that cloak lets you swim. Like,
Well, let's say you bump into a rock and go unconscious. Come on.
yeah. So I guess that's a good point. So how this water, like the water in the cistern that we went in was so dark and murky we couldn't see anywhere in it. Can I pull the cloak over my head? Just kind of go in gradually, kind of light up my fist, and just kind of look underwater and see how far I can see.
So you see, even before you do that this water is moving very fast.
There you go.
Especially because you've kind of walked to a more narrow part of the river, and the more narrow parts move faster. There's some rocks in the water, and you can see white splashes against them with some rapids forming against some eddies circling behind some larger rocks.
How deep does it look?
You can't see the bottom. It is brown. It's not as dark as what you found in that cistern, but it is a muddy.
You don't
river.
have to go underwater though.
Yeah, like if there's rocks on the surface of the water causing rapids, it's probably not that deep, right?
So, this is what I propose we do, and you guys fight me or whatever. Squawk takes the rope over, then we put the cloak on one at a time and use the guide rope to get ourselves over to the other side. Cloak goes back and forth, etc.
I like
I fight
it.
Zigmundo.
That's fine. Both those scenarios are fine.
No,
No, that's a
that's
good call. That's double
Let's
insurance.
not overthink it.
Yeah.
It's a good plan.
You're able to, as you walk along the riverbank, you find one part of the river where it's narrow. There's a log that's extending from the bank that you're on out, not all the way across the river, but a little ways it's kind of perched on, laying on top of another rock about 15 feet out.
Yeah.
You also see on the far bank of the river, you see a couple broken stone pillars that look maybe like they belonged to ruins a long time ago. No buildings or anything nearby, but just some broken stone.
Yeah, and I guess that's the other question. If we look up and down as far as we can, we don't see any, I don't know, bridges or anything, or anything that we could just walk across.
Sarah Ferry.
Yeah.
What was the McCandless story? What was the one in Alaska? Right, the guy who with the Eddie Vedder movie.
What?
Hold on.
No idea. It's like we're all trying to complicate things. Like, if you'd have just like 100 feet north, like there was a bridge, you could have just walked
There's
across.
a bridge.
Yeah.
There's a guy with a ferry. Just
Felt like I
smoking
had
a
to
cigar,
ask. Yeah.
watching you
In-
swim.
Into the Wild. Into the Wild. It's a really good movie.
Oh, that was what's his name? Emil Hirsch,
Eddie
right?
Vedder didn't get eaten by bears. Eddie.
No, but he did all the music he did the soundtrack for the movie.
It was the kid from 21, right? Emil Hirsch or whatever his name is.
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah, Hirsch. Yep.
Emil Hirsch.
What?
Whatever.
No, it's a totally different guy. Much older.
Okay.
Where were we?
So you saw
What are we doing
there's
here?
a log side of the bank. It goes out a little ways. On the other bank, you see some stone pillars. You look up and down, and in either direction, you do not see any sort of bridge or dam or
Easy way to walk across, basically.
no.
All right, so I'm with Zigmundo. So we'll tie a couple of ropes together. Have tie one end to the bank we're on, to a tree. Tie the other end to something on the other bank we're trying to get to.
The stone pillars would
The
be a good
pillars,
idea.
yeah. And then as each person goes across, like the first person that goes across will wear the cloak just in case they fall in, and they'll be able to swim, if they need to or whatever. And then as they get across, Squawk will take the cloak back to the next person, and we'll just kind of keep going that way, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's see here.
You call Z.
This cloak has become so handy.
So you're tying the rope to the tree on your bank.
And not the branch going into the water.
Sure. Okay. And then you're tying that rope from that tree to the pillar.
To a pillar, a mid-river pillar.
So Squawk is flying the rope over?
Yes.
Yes.
Please be careful, Squawk.
Hey.
Be cautious on the other side of the bank there, like before you start tying something.
How much rope are you taking over, Squawk?
Oh, so we've tied it all together, so we have like 150 feet of rope.
All right. So you, Squawk, you fly over, and you're able to pull the rope around this large stone pillar and tie it so it's taut. Go ahead and let's make a. Let's see. Go ahead and I'm gonna say a survival check, but if you want to make a case for something else, I'd be open to it.
Okay, so I already clicked that. My only thing it would be sleight of hand. For dexterous. What's the word?
Okay, for knot tying.
For knot tying.
I'll go ahead and say that knot tying is probably sleight of hand. So let's go ahead and do a sleight of hand.
14. I was going to say 14 is pretty good. What are we talking about here? Why would we change that? Wow.
Okay.
Can I use my inspiration die on that?
Yeah, you can, right?
Should I do that?
Yes. What else are we going to use it on?
Monsters.
We don't know if we're going to come across a monster.
Do I get advantage on that roll?
Yes, I think that yes. So you used it.
I really good knot.
You tied the knot, and then you started. You went. You know what? And you retied it into a different kind of knot that you learned while you were at the dock point Port 9 Zaro, and you feel like it's really strong now.
Sorry, guys, but at least that's why we used it.
Yes.
Okay.
The rope made it.
And so then you fly it back to the tree. Yep. And you tie that same knot around that tree.
Right.
Okay.
Roll for knot
So now
tying.
you're all back inside. Now what do you do?
No, first up. Zigmundo, who's going over first?
Zig.
I guess it could be
Definitely
me.
Zig.
Zig?
I'll go over first.
No, I'm
Okay,
kidding.
so
No,
actually,
I'm kidding.
Sorry.
I would recommend myself only because I'm very strong to grab the rope if
Or-
the current happens to be very fast.
Or Roland, too, who could, just transform into, an animal that wins. And
A bird,
yeah, right,
fish.
right. Like that's.
Well, I mean, I think I'm the safest one to get over there, but I don't know if that's good to keep me till the end or if I should be over there with the rope.
We don't want
Yeah,
Zig
'cause
over there by himself. I don't think so.
Send Jason over first.
All right.
Can I do one more thing before I flew back?
Sure.
I wanted to just use a perception check or do whatever just to kind of get an idea of any kind of immediate threats that may have been on the other side, or is that part of my natural perception that I would have?
I mean, you have a natural perception. Like if
I want to make sure
what are you
that
trying to do?
all right. What I want to do is, as I was tying the knot, I wanted to make sure that they look around to see if there's any kind of imminent threats or dangers or traps or anything suspicious while I was over there
I mean, that's just kind of your normal passive.
Okay,
Unless you're like
okay.
looking for a specific thing.
I wasn't.
don't think.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. All right. So, what did you guys decide? Is it, who's going over first?
Jason.
Okay. And Squawk, I'm seeing your health is really low. Did you do any short rests?
I did, but I thought you only get short rest for hit die, right?
You only get hit. Oh yeah, you're out of hit dice.
Yeah.
Ah, I see. Okay. So Jason's going across first.
Yeah.
Okay. So Jason, go ahead and so this rope is pretty taut. Squawk did a good job of tying the rope on both sides. It's taut. It's about 3 feet above the water. How do you want to cross?
Well, I'd like to first note that the robe seems oddly well-fitting and familiar to me, and then grab the rope firmly and just sort of try to drag myself across it more than try to swim. Just sort of pull myself across using the rope, hand over hand, across the river. To as far as I can walk, I would like to walk. As soon as I am unable to walk, I will let my legs sort of kick and help me, but still mostly drag myself with my hands across the river.
Okay.
This is foreboding.
So you're pulling yourself
Yes.
across the river.
This is gonna go great.
You're stepping across.
Now that I see there's a grid, I'm having second thoughts about all.
Yeah, you didn't say there was a grid here.
We're just gonna start looting the area.
I loot Jason's body.
Squawk, why do you have
So-
6 health?
So as you
My
start to
My corpse is taking this cloak down the river, but BT dubs.
Yeah, it is. Second time you die in this cloak.
It'll be lost to you all.
so as you start to go across, you're walking across and you're going hand over hand. You're stepping on rocks, so the bed of this river is rock, and it can be a bit slippery. Go ahead and make an acrobatics check.
Man,
Great.
bet
Great.
you wish you had an inspiration die right now.
All right. So as you're walking across,
No one's gonna vote for me.
your foot slips and you drop to just one arm holding on. Go ahead and make an athletics check to try and pull yourself back up.
That's better.
I mean, they're both kind of in my wheelhouse, but what are you gonna do when you hit a 1? You know what I mean?
Just don't roll a 1.
Okay. So you're barely able to pull yourself back up and grab it back on and make it further across. But as you get towards the other side of the bank, the current gets not just faster but much stronger as some chop from some of the rocks upstream have kind of made the water more tumultuous. Go ahead and make one more athletics check to hold on as you're going across.
Oh, while he's doing that, actually, do I see that he's slipped? Here's an idea. I have an idea.
I saw that.
Okay, can I fly out to him and can I give him an assist and like fly with him and give him like a smaller rope to kind of hold on to kind of help give him as like a safety?
So I would say that yes, you can fly out there, but so the rope thing, like,
he's already
sounds
using
to
both
me-
hands. Yeah, so I guess that the only thing I would do is like use my feet talons to like kind of hold him as he's going across to help give him a help action on his acrobatics checks. Is that something I can do?
Well, the acrobatics check was already dealt with, so he's got an athletics check he's doing right now. So you want to fly over and you want to like grab onto his backpack with your talons.
Yeah, kind of fly across with him.
Okay, and so give him a little bit of lift.
Right, and to kind of
Okay.
give it help action as I'm going back and forth. So that's what I'll do is I'll give everyone a help action as they're doing their checks
All
across.
right. All right. So Jason, go ahead and make that athletics check with. All right.
And I go,
So-
foot talons, but then I realize they're helping me, and so I go, okay, that's fine.
All right. And so you're able to make it across. and Squawk, you're over there with him.
Okay.
You're the new Hansy.
Yeah. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. Thanks for the foot talents.
All right. I'll fly back across to the next to help the next person across.
Bring the cloak
Okay.
with you.
And with the cloak.
All right, so you fly back across with the cloak as soon as Jason gives it up.
I keep the cloak forever.
All right, and who's next?
I'll go.
Zig?
Okay. All right, so and this time, Squawk, you're going with them the whole time.
Yes.
All right. So Zig, you get out there, you start to slip on the rocks. Acrobatics check
Ah.
with advantage.
Oh shit.
Nice, that's good enough.
No, that'll work.
You start to slip, but quickly regain your footing. No problem. You're nice and light. So you start to go
Oh, it's
across.
scary. Like
As you get towards the choppier part of the water, go ahead and make an
what?
athletics check. All right. And you are able to...
Those rolls, though.
Yeah. you make it across. No problem. All
Zig,
right.
we found your wheelhouse, Zig.
he got a lot of
Should've
practice
been
in
a
that
tough one.
executioner's pit.
Right, that's right. Obstacle courses is what he does, man.
This is no problem. So Zigmund, as you're climbing down from the stone pillar that you reach, you hit the ground right next to Jason. Squawk, you're there flying, and all of a sudden, all of you hear this loud roar. Coming from the bushes and the foliage to your west, which starts to shake as something moves in your direction.
Oh, maybe it's friendly.
All right.
I fly back.
Do I have
grab the cloak and fly back?
do I have a chance to take an action before something happens?
Yeah.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
Get out in front of Zigmundo and draw my weapons.
Okay.
I
And Squawk, you grab the cloak from Zigmundo, assuming you put it up, and you head back over to the shore.
Right.
Okay.
Also tell Squawk, let him know we need him over here immediately.
They heard the roaring, right?
Oh yeah.
Great.
Everything nearby. heard that.
I would be so humble to ask that I could use the mage armor, please.
Yeah, by all
Okay.
means. I
So you
can't use it. I've got
precast-
heavy armor on.
How long does mage armor last?
I will share it with you guys.
A little while.
It lasts a while. Okay, so you
8 hours.
All day.
All
you
day.
turn on the mage armor. You turn on the mage armor. All right, and are you standing where you want to be standing?
Hold on 1 second. I'm doing bookkeeping over here. No, I would like to be over here.
And who's gonna go? Who's gonna go on the rope, or
I'm going
or
next.
is anybody gonna go on the rope?
I would like to get over next.
Okay. So you climb up to grab onto the rope, and Squawk, I assume you're gonna be
Yes.
there to help him.
Yes.
If you didn't want to, I also have,
Or did we hear the roars?
Yes, you did.
Is there a way we could both go at the same time, like rolling? Could you turn into something that would get you across there?
I have shape water that I can try to help around me, so Squawk can help you. We could try to both go. Which I can post shape water, I believe.
How far can you jump, Recto?
Not far, 16 feet. So I would wear the cloak, and you would just kind of go. Is that what we do? Or you
Well,
would?
the distance from that log and the rock to the next rock is about 15 feet.
Yeah, but I have to use a key point to jump 16 feet each time.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Well, hang on.
Oh, it's just a 5-foot cube, so I really can't do that. Never mind.
Yeah.
Oh.
I can get across that. I can get across, I think.
Can I jump? Can I make that jump? Right there?
How far can you jump?
16.
I would say yes. I mean, there's probably gonna be a check involved.
You could grip the edge of the outward rock at least.
You can Mega Man jump it.
Mega Man.
Do you want the cloak
Or just like your
rolling?
toe.
I can transform into something water related and get across here probably.
All right.
Yeah.
Did we hear the roar?
You did.
Yes.
Yeah,
All right.
you all heard the roar.
Then I'd like to take the cloak then and use
So you've got the cloak.
that.
Okay. So before you use that though, so you're on that rock, rolling. You and Squawk are over by the rope. The other two are over there, and Jason, you see the jungle come to life as the trees shake.
Right.
And
This
you
is
hear
gonna be fun.
boosh, 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 and an enormous bipedal reptile lunges out of the jungle with this huge maw with sharp teeth. But you immediately notice the smell. It's the stench of death. And you look at this creature, and this creature is missing huge chunks of flesh out of
Great.
its face and its body. You can see its ribs. You can see inside of its body. It is enormous and terrifying and completely disgusting looking. I'll share a little picture with you guys just a second.
How would you viciously mock something like that?
I'm guessing the intelligence is less than 4, so maybe you wouldn't.
It may not be crippled by puns because come out the other side of death as an alpha predator. It may not have self-esteem issues.
You are so skinny.
Yeah, that's right. Yo, mama, so promiscuous.
A Tyrannosaur zombie.
Holy
All right,
fuck.
let's go ahead. And we're going to roll initiative and then take a break.
That's terrifying.
All right, I'll yell at her as your bones will sharpen my swords. Yeah, and then which I hope they do actually.
Whoa, there's a good roll. I'll see you guys in an
Wow.
hour.
I'll see you in hell.
All right. 5-minute break?
Sure.
Oh, this should be fun.
It's gonna be.
I think
A
I'll be able to get
disaster.
across. I'm gonna be able to get across the river fast, but the problem is all the creatures I can turn into that have fast movement speed. That means I can get across. Means that they either have 0 land speed or like 10. Like it's like nothing.
This is gonna be a disaster. We're gonna need a giant monkey style stun locking on.
We'll see. He's got to get across first.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you're tanky enough, Jason, to take a round or two.
That's why I came across first. But I'm wondering whether I should even attempt a menacing attack or whether I should try to use the maneuvering to help Recto move 15 feet further on as using his reaction. That's what I'm debating right now. Something like a T-Rex is definitely going to be able to hit me. So I'm going to take a walloping, but I've got, except for Zig, the most, actually maybe of the whole party, the most health because of the second wind and all that. I mean, outside of you with your monster forms and stuff. But, I mean, this is like a monster this big has probably got a plus to hit that's just ludicrous.
I'm sure. Yeah, no, this is
So I'm gonna take
be a fun one.
A couple of nasty wallops, and I want to get Recto over here as soon as possible for a monkey style stun locking. Punch it in the nuts again. See if zombie nuts feel pain.
Well, we'll see. I don't know how undead handle stuns.
I don't know how they deal with frightened either. Otherwise, I would do a menacing and let everybody come over at their own speed. I might still. I don't know. I'm torn on it. Like, it still has enough mental capacity to feel anger and hunger, so maybe it can feel fear too. I don't know.
So Troy, our wives hung out today.
Alex texted me saying that.
Yeah, so they had fun at
Jill's house.
Yeah, Campbell's party, I guess. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So that's where Sarah just got back. That's why when she stopped in, she had just gotten home. So.
Oh wow, yeah, that's a hike.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's like 4. She had a blast, so it was cool to.
When wives interact.
Yeah, I got a text to hang out with her and Kelly yesterday, but it's a shame I couldn't make it. I had Harper at the Del Rey Music Festival.
Dude, put her down for a nap. Head out. You know?
It was 3. She just gotten up from her nap.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, she's probably fine. Put on a movie. You know, you could leave and then go do what you got to do.
Watch Frozen 3 times in a row.
Yeah, there you go. Put it on repeat. Honestly, it might work.
I mean, these kids, these things just raise themselves, right? I mean,
yeah, piece of cake.
Mike, by the way, well done calling this encounter exactly earlier today.
What do you mean?
You said there's gonna be a T-Rex waiting on the other side of the river.
Oh yeah. I really was exaggerating.
I was like, oh.
No, you hope you were exaggerating.
No, Troy actually said, you know what? That's a really good idea.
Yeah, I'd be like, let me look that up. Oh, that's a heinous monster with probably.
it's gonna be a shame if we carefully and successfully cross the river and make it to Orolunga with no problems today.
Yeah.
Thing's got a plus 30 to hit, I'm sure. I hope you're ready to jump over here and start pummeling dinosaurs.
You knew it was ominous when Troy said, Squawk, your hit points seem low.
Yeah, that's true. That's totally true.
See, my Spidey tingle senses tingle the second we had a map.
I know. That's why I waited until the last possible minute to show
Yeah,
it.
the grid is the worst.
I've
go.
learned. I've learned the grid.
No grid ever helped us in the history of this game.
Well, I mean, how could we have avoided it, honestly? You know, like, this was coming, so.
Well, here it comes. Get ready
I don't
to
know.
pummel undead
Never do it again,
dinosaur
I guess. That's the lesson.
Yeah, what have we learned? What have we learned?
Never do it again.
All right. I don't know if we have Andy back, so we'll wait a few more minutes for him.
I'm here.
Okay, cool.
J.K. Simmons and Burn After Reading was just some tremendous screen time.
Inspired.
It was great.
All right, you guys ready?
Russians? Yeah.
The Russians. Why?
I don't know.
All right, so Jason, just before your turn starts, you see the Tyrannosaurus Rex that's all kind of rotted and gross and bits hanging off of it. It lunges out of the forest, looks around, locks its eyes on you,
So,
and spends a second. Yeah.
before that happens, I'm sorry. So I have to waste a key point to do the jump that I did.
It
says
you haven't
it-
made the jump yet.
Well, how
Nice
am I
try.
where I am?
Because you walked there.
Oh, I
You
walked
walked
across
there,
the
there's a
log.
log.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So I'll save my key point then. I'm sorry. I had taken it off already, so my apologies.
I see. Yeah,
Put it
yeah.
back on.
I think you would need to spend a key point to jump to this rock. I
Yeah.
believe, if you wanted to.
Okay.
That's up to you.
I think it's this rock, really, or either one of them. But yeah, okay.
Yeah. Okay. So you see the
I'd aim at the upstream
dinosaur-
one just in case you missed.
Yeah, I'm
The,
thinking the same thing.
The dinosaur starts to kind of and like bends over and pukes, and you see this humanoid thing fall out of its mouth as
Oh,
a
that's pretty
zombie
gross.
unfolds itself and stands up.
No way.
Troy does not like us.
They're just trying to get out of this
God,
damn
maybe
game.
Troy thinks we can handle
He's
this.
tired of DMing.
All right. So now it is Jason's turn.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll just sort of.
Ah!
You know, yeah. They're like, oh god, that's gross. And then I, spin my weapons in either hands as I charge forward to the T-Rex and start wailing away.
Hashtag Jason things.
Hashtag Jason thinks this is my jam. I'm here to stab dinosaurs and chew bubblegum.
All right.
And we'll start with the longsword attack.
All right, and that does hit.
Okay.
I would hope so. Christ.
To kill it.
All right, and I'd like to.
He decapitates a dinosaur. Is what he chooses. That's what he
I
wants to
have a
do.
sword.
He's got a sword.
I'd like to use a superiority die on top of that.
I. Go on.
For a menacing attack.
Okay. Okay, so he's going to take an extra 6 damage no matter what, right?
Yeah, and do a wisdom save to see if it runs away.
Okay.
How wise is the undead T-Rex?
I'm hoping not very.
I would hope not.
It's puking up
It's not
zombies. It's probably not
Oh,
real. But yeah, it's pretty fucking
negative 3.
dumb. -3 is the worst roll I've ever seen. Ever. Under any circumstances.
All right, so he is now afraid.
Ooh.
That's a
Excellent.
great turn.
And then before he runs away, I'd like to take a wallop at him with my offhand.
Okay.
Kush!
Wouldn't you be up there with him?
That definitely hits.
Okay, and then I get one more attack to try to sort of chop at whatever sort of
No.
You can get an opportunity attack until the dinosaur actually moves.
until it moves, but I do get 2 attacks a turn, so here's the other longsword.
That hits.
Hashtag Jason thinks.
Hashtag Jason things.
All right. Is that it for your turn?
Yep.
All right. So the T-Rex immediately moves, starts to crash through the jungle.
Now do I get
get
my
away from you.
opportunity attack?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you get an opportunity attack? Because he feared it away.
Yeah, because it's not forced movement. Nothing blew him
Right.
away. He ran of his own volition, technically.
You will force him away with your fear, though.
No, he didn't.
No, it would
He's moving on his own two legs.
yeah. I mean, it would make sense.
Hillers and I actually were looking this up during the week, and like we couldn't find anything that definitively said he did not get one, and most of the things we found said he did get one.
Yeah. No, I think it makes sense. I think force movement is you're blown away, right? Now.
Right? Yeah.
In Divinity, you get the opportunity attack if you make a run.
that's
There
canon.
you go.
Good
Okay,
roll,
so
man.
The T-Rex zombie runs
That's
away.
a hell of a lot of damage for the first strike.
26,
And you
33,
hear it
43.
hacking
For a boost!
again as it vomits out another zombie. All right. End of its turn.
Might be a new record for one turn. It's a lot of damage. I don't know. Zeke's throwing out some fireballs, though. I'm not sure.
Actually, Squawk and Roland, you guys get to decide who's going first.
So how do we want to do a squawk? This kind of comes down. If you want to help me across, I get a double wild shape.
I'm gonna help him.
Otherwise,
Yeah, you go first. I'm gonna help you across.
yeah, that's. I think I would like to be able to try to do that.
I think we were
where they
essentially
are-
taking our action at the same time.
Yeah, like can
Okay.
he help me across? Yeah,
Yeah.
that works well with us at both rolling 8s.
All right, go ahead and make an acrobatics check. Advantage. Roland, yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. And an athletics one with advantage. Okay, those are both good enough. All right, so that'll be it for
Thank you, Squawk.
both of your turns.
Does that give me my action?
That is it. That is your action was getting across.
With transversing
Alright.
the river. Yeah.
And my action was helping him.
Yep.
All right, thank you.
Yep. Zygmundo.
Hey, I'm just trying to figure out whether my macro accounts for the fact that I'm also level 5. I think it does. Okay.
Yeah, the 2d10 I think is level 5, right?
No, it's that at level 5, both of my cantrips, or 3 of my cantrips anyway, increase by 1d8, 1d10 on one of them and 1d8 on the other.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so glad we hit level 5 then, so that we could just figure this out.
Yeah, it's true. I just want to check the macro for crying out loud. Jesus Christ. Way to go, Nick.
Jeez, Mr. Salt over there.
All right. That looks good. I am going to. Yeah. All right. I'm going to move up over to here. Well, let me just measure again. Yep, I'm going to move up to here, to the west, please. Thank you. And I am going to try to do a combination of shooting my geyser water canister out at this.
Okay, so let's cover this real quick before you continue,
Stop
because we have not been using it correctly.
Sorry?
We have
It should
not
be.
been using it correctly. So
The
I wanna
geyser.
look- that's correct. So if we look at this, all right,
Yes.
you can use an action to remove the stopper and speak one of the 3 command words, whereupon blah 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 blah.
Oh no, it's an action. I thought it was a bonus
The
action.
bonus action is to repoint it on subsequent turns once you've opened it.
Once I've opened it. Fair enough. Thank you for that correction.
Yeah, we all missed that. That was yeah.
Well, I've never seen this thing before. This
You
picture.
sure have seen this thing before.
Yeah.
Fine. Fair enough. I will use my action to remove the stopper.
Okay.
I will shout the word geyser.
Okay.
It's so much better. It's so much better.
Geyser.
Like an anime movie.
Geyser 9000.
All right, so you're gonna shoot it at that zombie to your west.
I'm going to shoot at the zombie to the west.
Okay.
We all good? I'm gonna click it now for the rolly portion of it.
All right, and so he gets a DC 13 strength save.
Oh Lord.
Ah!
He saves. So nothing happens to him.
Oh, he rolled. He strength saved that. Okay.
Yeah. So you pull it up, geyser, and it just shoots him in the chest. And
I'd like to correct you. It's
he just starts
geyser.
continue to trudge forward. It's not doesn't seem to have slowed him down.
Shit. That's my turn.
All right, Recto.
So I'm gonna try to use my step of the wind.
Yep.
And basically leap to that rock and then across again.
Okay, so let's go. I'll say that we can do that in one movement with the dash bonus action. So you'll still have your action, but this is going to cost your bonus action,
Right.
and the equivalent amount of reduction in your move.
So that's 25 feet.
Right. But there is going to be I'm going to say a DC 10 acrobatics check here. All right. Passive flying
Fails.
colors. So boop boop. You like easily hop across the water, and then as soon as you land on that rock, boom, jump right onto shore.
So that's 25, which means with this dash action, I still have another 20 feet left.
Yeah.
20 feet left.
And then my movement itself gives me another 45 on top of that, right?
So it's 45 per movement. Is that your movement?
Right.
Okay, then yes. So you have a total of 65 feet left.
I'm going to try to get to the zombie in the north. The north zombie there, which I'm pretty sure I can get to.
Yep.
I'm just going to run up to him, and as I'm running up to him, I'm just going to whack him right in the freaking dome with the stone fist.
Okay.
That is not what I was trying to do at all. Sorry, I clicked the wrong thing.
Yep. All right. That definitely hits him.
And then
You see little chunks of decayed flesh fly off.
now, is it extra for bludgeoning?
I'll check.
No, it's full damage.
No.
If
I'm
anything,
asking the
it'd be full
DM.
damage.
No, he has zombies do not have any sort of.
Okay, because it's not a skeleton. It's an undead.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Fair enough. I will stone fist him again. Then I'm going to kind of punch him and then wind up again. Boom, boom.
Yep. That hits him too.
All right.
And this time your fist crashes through him and gets stuck on you. You have to kind of use your other hand to pull it out.
All right, and that's all I can do. So, and that's one key point down there. So,
Right. So, Recto, as you're kind of disengaging, pulling back from the zombie, you see the trees moving just past you.
fantastic.
A few more zombies arrive.
Damn. Boys, we're fucked.
All right. And
Christ on a crutch. That is a fair assessment, sir. By the way, Squawk, can you untie knots? I mean, this is total sidebar, I know, while he's figuring this out, but are we going to be able to get? Are we going to be able to get our rope back from the other side of the river?
You're worried about the rope?
I'm worried about you actually.
Just thinking future here.
We'll just cut it off.
Maybe we can do one of those hijinks where we run around with the zombies with the rope, like snaring them all together.
Yes.
Yeah, let's go across the river and see if they follow us. See if they just wash them down the
Go all
river.
Empire Strikes Back on their ass.
Yeah, do a little Lord of the Rings action and just sweep them down the river.
All right.
Not a bad move.
So Recto, this zombie is going to attack you.
No. Whoa. Yeah, that hits. For 4.
That's for 4. Okay. Jason, another zombie. Yes. All right. And that is the end of the zombies' turns. So it is back to Jason.
Okay. Well, first of all, I can move within a 5 foot. Like, as long as I'm still within melee range, I won't trigger opportunity attacks. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. So I'd like to move to the north of my current zombie
Okay.
and start whacking away at it.
All right.
So
Phrasing.
just start wailing away, just to really go into town on this zombie. You know, just
Phrasing.
backwards and forwards, all over the town.
Just keep beating
Just
until
punishing
falls
this
out.
zombie.
All right, and that does hit.
Okay, offhand. Second attack.
Let me just check something. All right, so you slice it right in half.
Julian the zombie. Great. All right. That ends my turn.
Okay. All right. So you hear the T-Rex zombie roar and start to stomp off towards the east.
No.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Back in the river. Back in the river.
All
he-
Squawk,
he
time
made
to
a
dust off
save?
your big boy pants.
He doesn't have to make a save. It's only lasts for one
the end of
round.
his turn.
It's a one-turn deal.
Oh, no.
Turn.
Yeah, that's why we need you to get over there and start punching Tyrannosaurus balls right away.
All right, rolling.
All right, so I'm gonna place my hand on Squawk's shoulder, and I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds.
Oh, thank you.
Oh,
Better than nothing. It's best I could do. I'm only doing this at level 1. So. I'm only doing this at level 1. It's all I really got for you. Then I'm gonna step up to this like charging T-Rex,
Mm-hmm.
and I
Like
want
right
to and I want it just right in front of him, kind of hoping to stop him, just transform into a giant octopus right in front of him.
Okay.
So I mean, if I need to be a
Yeah,
square up from that
yeah.
or move Squawk, like however I can kind of be.
Yeah, I think you might have to do it down here.
That's fine. You know what? As he's doing that, we can say that I'll start taking my action where I'll fly up in the air.
No, not really.
Okay, sorry.
There has to be enough room for him to do it. On his turn.
Gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense.
I guess, unless you take like a hold kind of thing where you're like combine your stuff.
The way I really try to run it is just frankly for the ease of bookkeeping for myself, regardless of like where you are, you have square.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Like if you're holding them, you just get you're next to them. You guys are just like on the edge of each of your squares.
Gotcha.
I can't like it's not a 3D map, right? So-
Bemused.
Okay. All right. So all of a sudden, these tentacles plopping everywhere as you turn into giant
I want
octopus.
to record all of Troy's voices.
And that's gonna be the end of my turn.
All right. Now it's your turn, Squawk.
All right, sorry. So I'm gonna. How tall is this Tyrannosaurus?
It's pretty tall. It's probably close to 30 feet.
Okay, so I'm gonna go by 31 feet. I'm gonna get 40 feet in the air, and then move back 10 feet.
So you're trying to fly above it, right?
Yes, I want to be above it,
Okay.
safely above it, and then fly 10 feet to the north, so that I'm kind of making sure that no gorillas can jump out of trees at me.
Okay. And this pillar that's between you is only less.
What,
So
what is it?
this pillar that's between you and the
Mhm.
T-Rex, it's not 40 feet tall, right? So it's about maybe 15 feet tall, I would say.
But you got a boom. You put like just a cover over your mic.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Is this creature deafened?
It's bemused.
What?
Is this creature deaf?
It is. It's,
Most deaf.
well, you don't know.
Most deaf.
The illest.
Squawk does not know the answer to that.
It is gangsta AF.
We'll find out. All right.
It's
I'm
an
going
undead
to-
T-Rex. It's definitely OG.
That doesn't help me out. All right.
If you try to mock it, I swear to God.
Okay, so let's see.
Good call attacking the wisdom. This thing's wisdom is not hardy.
It's not great.
All right,
Yeah,
so,
God.
Yeah.
so what spell slot did you use, Nick?
It's level 2.
Okay, so go ahead.
46.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
So go ahead and roll that.
Wow.
Jesus.
Could have been better.
That's
Could have been better, but it's feared.
Well, I mean,
Okay,
average
well,
is
so
12.
it's not really
so.
feared. It's
It
going
was
to
running away from me.
Yes, it is.
Does that
Do I
get
get an
rolling?
attack? Do I get an attack of opportunity on that?
You do.
sweet.
Shit, I
octopus
gotta look
format.
that up. Yeah, I gotta look at it. I don't think I have a character
You,
sheet.
you,
for that.
you get 8 attacks of opportunity.
I do.
Right here.
Yeah, I got it right here. I will set a thing for this, but for now, where is it? Tentacles. I don't think that posts to everybody.
Yeah, it did.
It
yeah,
did?
yeah.
Okay, cool. And now we'll just use that. That's nice.
12 is very solid.
Yeah, it is.
Another good turn.
So as it's running away from Squawk, you reach out with your tentacles and wrap it up, and it is now grappled.
That's actually perfect. Thank you. That's what I wanted to do, Squawk. I know I just messed up your fear, but
No,
that's what I wanted to get him grappled.
Yeah, it's controlled. That's perfect.
Okay.
Plus, if it ran away, none of us could get to it. Zygmundo can still shoot it, and Recto could maybe get to it.
Still throwing up zombies.
Okay. And I'm going to use my bonus action to give Roland a bardic inspiration.
Okay.
Stick a tentacle down its throat.
We'll see.
See if it'll quit barfing.
We're gonna see how strong it is in the river.
How do you get out of grappled? I just want to throw that out there.
Strength check.
Strength check.
I feel like the strength is going to be really good on this thing.
We'll see. There's only skin and bone. There's like nothing left in it. We'll see.
We'll see. Time will tell.
I feel like if there's one attribute this thing has, it's probably strength.
Probably, but this
Time
is
will
what I
tell.
got, man. This is what I got.
Time will tell. It's
All
locked
right,
up anyway.
Zygmundo.
We know where to find it.
All right. So because my guys are still geysering, I'm going to turn it. Well, I'm not even going to turn
That's
it.
a good
It's still
point.
gonna-
Yeah.
Still-
With your, so you
still
just, it doesn't
going
cost
back.
your bonus. Well, so your bonus action would cost a turn. If you just want to keep it pointed at the same guy, that might not even take your bonus action.
Well, I mean, I don't have anything else that's a bonus action, so whether it did or didn't, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
So that bloke right there.
All right.
And then-
And again, this is a strength save for this guy, DC 13.
Wait. Hang on. Let me just ask you something, and then you can tell me no or whatever. I want to touch my hand to the side of the geyser, and I want to use Ray of Frost at the same time while I'm Ray of Frosting and shooting water and holding on for dear life so this thing doesn't knock me over.
Is Ray of Frost a aimed ability? Like
It
you have
is
to make an
a
attack roll?
it is a ranged attack.
Here's what I'll do: is if you do that, I'll give you advantage on that roll.
Fair enough. Let me go do that. Advantage and Ray of Frost.
Oh,
Okay. So it hits it,
Not
and
bad.
also go ahead and roll the 1d4 for the decanters damage.
Nice.
Or actually, wait a minute. Or did you not already do that? I can't
I
remember.
did not.
Okay. That's max damage there. Nice. And he's knocked back. Well, he's just knocked prone. All right.
That ends my turn.
Okay. Recto.
I'm gonna kind of cock my stone fist and activate it.
What does that look like?
You don't want
Cuckoo. It's like like cocking a shotgun kind of deal, you know.
Activate!
Yeah. Transform.
Like
No.
fist power combined.
So yeah, so that's my action, unfortunately, but it lasts a while, and then I'm going to spend a key point for Flurry of Blows for my bonus action, and it gives me 2 unarmed attacks. I'm going to keep pounding at this one right to my west, and I'm going to just kind of, with my other hand, I'm going to punch him once, right where I punched him last time.
Yep.
in the zombicles.
All right. So hold on a second. All right. So you punch him right through the chest, and he starts to collapse. And some sort of arcane necromantic force pulls him
Gonna take
right
radiant
back
damage to bring him down. So he's back up.
up. Still up.
F.
Yeah, I forgot about this part of them when you guys were fighting previously.
No, yeah. All right, I'm gonna do it again as he gets back up. I'm gonna hit him as he's trying to get back up, or kick him or whatever.
All right. All right, and this time, boom! Hit him right in the side of the head. Flies down into the dirt and rolls.
So he's down.
Yep.
All right, that's my turn.
All right. So for the zombies,
Zombie.
guys gotta stand back up.
Uh-oh.
An ass load more zombies come out of everywhere.
No. All right. So let's see. We're gonna get 2 attacks against Recto. So we'll start with Recto. Miss. And a miss. All right,
Oh, 2
attacks
ones. Whoa.
Wow. Ouch.
Two attacks against Zygmundo here.
No.
220s.
Miss.
Oh,
I think that's
6.
a hit, right?
Yeah, I have AC 13, so yeah.
All right. Yep. All right.
No,
so
you have mage
the
armor.
Zombies start to
yeah. Did you have armor?
Oh, wait, hang on.
It's
Hold on.
16
I
though,
believe
which
it's
is still a hit.
not
but,
16.
Yeah, so it's still gonna be a
Yeah.
hit.
Still hits.
But you have
So
16.
the zombie starts to claw at you, but the first the mage armor kind of shields away the blows. You feel it as it bounces, ding, ding, ding. And then the other zombie though crawls up to you and starts to rake you with its bony claws. And that is it for the zombies' turns. Jason.
Get it done.
Okay. Head down to old T-Rex there. Rawr. And start again with the pummelings.
Mm-hmm.
Pummeling number 1. And do I have advantage because he's grappled or anything like that?
I think you do, don't you?
Feel like I should.
No, I don't think that's how it works.
Shush.
No.
Okay.
It just can't move.
But you do hit it.
Okay.
But you don't have advantage. Turn advantage off, please.
Okay. Normal. Well,
Oh.
normal. Yeah. Okay. So normal.
Still hit for
Alright.
he's still hit for 12 though, right?
Yes.
That's
Correct.
a shame. Okay, and then yeah, it just
12
makes
is
me-
not a shame. That's a good roll, dude.
No, it makes me long for the 27. It would have been an extra 6. And then I guess what I'll do is a superiority die on that, a maneuvering attack to let Zigmundo move
Hmm.
without triggering opportunities.
All right.
So
Okay.
just an extra 2.
Yep. So Zigmundo, you can move up to your, I believe, up to your full movement.
Half,
15 feet.
It's half, I
Oh,
think.
15, half.
Yeah.
Okay.
Provided he can move 30. Yeah.
Hey Troy, while we're talking through this, is there a preferred spatial triangular calculation you like to use for this thing?
Let's just say you can move 3 squares in any direction.
It's also 2 extra damage on the.
No,
Okay.
I want to use a spell that has a cone of area affected.
So this is not on your turn. You can now move.
That's fine. And
Okay.
but where I move is in a setup for I want to use an attack that has a cone.
Okay.
So
So what size?
it's a
He used-
15-foot cone.
He uses his reaction to move if that is.
No, that's fine. I just want to know on my next turn.
He wants to know where he can move.
Got it,
And still,
got it.
And still
Right,
get the head
right,
off.
So if I move here, which is
So it's a
presumably
15.
a 15-foot cone should be this, right? Like that
Hold
should
on,
be.
hold on. 15-foot, 45-degree cone. Yeah. Okay. So hold on. I'll tell you what that looks like. No.
I just wanted to know because I know there's a couple different documents that
Look at that. I imagine you have a template for that.
That's fun. You got its own picture and everything. Looks like a bird. That's cool. It's your Patronus.
No, that's not right. Hold on.
yeah, I know that there's a couple different drawings depending on where you are, but
Now it's an even bigger Patronus.
All right. So that's how big.
that's
Oh, that I
fine.
get it both.
That'll totally do. Okay, so my my ability to move was thusly, so I'm away.
Okay.
Nice. Okay, and then I'll take my second attack.
You're gonna try. Hold on. You're gonna try and do that, basically.
Correct, sir.
Okay. Yep.
Burn them.
Don't tell him.
Doesn't matter. I mean, look, they're not moving before my next turn.
I
so-
know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, they got,
All
they
right.
got no chance.
What else do you have left, Jason?
My second attack, which is thus
Boom!
36 total.
Another
30
8 on his 1d8.
38.
Fucking rolling
Oh,
damage
nice.
rolls. This
Nice.
guy.
All right. You're just flaying flesh off of this thing's legs left and
Putting
right.
a hurt on. My people know how to kill dinosaurs. That's
You can see its huge femurs just poking out.
I love those. Those are the ones I want. They make the best weapons.
The marrow
All right.
is so delicious.
Are you done?
Yeah, that's it.
All right. So the Tyrannosaurus roars and turns towards you, Jason, and reaches with its enormous claw.
Oh boy, here comes the
Biting down.
punches.
Ah!
Good.
Boosh.
I use my reaction to use cutting words on it. To use cutting words and taunt the Tyrannosaurus.
Okay.
Show you right here. It's going to be one of my bardic inspirations. It's going to roll a d8 and subtract that from the roll.
Whoa. Nice.
Okay. All right. So you go ahead and roll it.
it.
Here, don't come the punches. Good barding.
Roll your d8.
Okay.
Either way.
Oh, good roll, too. Good roll.
All right. So I think that brings it down below your AC.
It does.
Nice
So
turn,
it no longer
dude.
hits. All right.
Sweet.
So
Good work.
it uses its tail as it bites to swing at Roland.
Ouch.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Ooh, you really have
What else you got, Nick?
a prayer.
All right, hits you for 15 damage.
That's
Roland.
fine.
+7. Man, those are some actually pretty decent rolls, and then they tack a 7 on. Wow.
I had 50-something HP, too, so.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. You're an octopus. You can take punishment all day. All right.
Okay,
Brazen.
Roland, it's your
You
turn.
can just take it. You love to take all of it.
So what I want to try to do here is, and you can, so with him grappled, I don't know. Do you want to do the check for him first, and then if he passes it, then it doesn't matter.
He would have to choose to do his check, and he didn't choose.
Okay.
He's fine being grappled.
So-
he just wants to bite you anyway.
Do I have a way while him being grappled that I can try to drag him towards the water?
Yes, we can do that. So
I would like
it's
to do
gonna-
that.
It's going to be difficult though because he's
I'm sure, but I want to
fucker.
try.
Okay, so let's go ahead and we're going to do a opposed strength check here. So I don't think we've seen you guys do opposed rolls before, but basically the way it is going to work is, Roland, you're going to do your strength check
With
And
the
then-
octopus?
with the octopus, and then the T-Rex is going to do his strength check, and you have to beat his.
Okay, let's do it. This is fun.
All right, you go ahead and roll yours. Oh, that's a good one.
Damn, 22.
All right, so you go ahead and say I would say you could get him into the water from there.
Yeah, I want to kind of drag him maybe out.
What's your normal movement?
My movement's only 10 on the water or on land, so but I'm
then-
60 in the water. But if I move,
I would say you could get him
5,
to here.
To the shore.
okay.
Do I
You
get
can
an
only move 10 feet.
Do I get an opportunity attack or no? Is that forced movement?
That's forced movement, I think.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna keep him. Can I actually move him just because he kind of moved diagonally? Can we be down just a square from there? I don't want him getting closer to Squawk. He got moved like 10 feet in a diagonal. Yeah, I know it's minor, but
Yep.
Every
yeah,
foot counts.
that'll be the end of my turn.
Okay. Squawk.
All
What
right.
you got, T-Rex? Nothing.
That's getting
I
beat
usually
up
check
pretty
one.
bad. Probably got a lot of hit points though.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna look. I'm gonna look at the T-Rex and say, "What you got, T-Rex? What you got, T-Rex? You ain't got nothing.
Oh my
you ain't
God.
got nothing."
Oh my god.
Okay. All right. So, wisdom saving throw. All right. If it's ever going to work.
All right. That's a good roll, too.
You see the T-Rex turn to you.
And feel shame.
Okay. And so it just takes 8 damage? Is that it? Or
It takes 8 damage, and then it's gonna have disadvantage on its next attack.
okay.
Feels bad about itself.
And that's on my turn. And then that's my turn.
All right. Zygmundo.
Very good.
Canonically, the T-Rex is insecure now.
I'm going to use one of my 2 last remaining spell slots to use Burning Hands as in that cone thing we were referencing earlier.
Hmm?
And there you go.
All right. So they're both gonna try and make their deck save. So
Do you need me to put what Burning Hands actually is?
I will in a second. Let's see. So
They missed.
Go like this.
northern one fails. The southern one fails.
They both take 9 damage, basically. And they're on fire.
Fire. And they're on fire. A creature takes 3d6 fire damage on a failed save.
Most important.
Right. Well, that is what that 9 is.
Yep, 2 and 3 and 4. I didn't roll very well.
No, you did not. That's all right.
No, you rolled exactly average is what you rolled. It's,
Oh yeah, that's it. That is exactly it. Yeah,
It's fine.
50%.
That's good.
They're not on fire.
That's true, yeah. You hit for 18 damage is what you hit for, honestly.
Be cooler if they were.
Well, that was 18 damage on one roll. That's pretty solid.
No, that's
Yeah.
that's really good.
That's really good.
Absolutely.
I retract my statement. That was actually
Also, I would like to point out that my canister is still open. So as
so to speak.
so as a secondary action,
Jesus.
I would like to point it toward this southern one.
Okay. Go ahead. Well, so
Well-
he's going to make I believe, a strength save. So let's see. Not make it. So he takes 3 additional damage and he's knocked prone.
And I have a movement coming to me, so shoot, where should I move?
Yeah, where do you want to go?
Oh no, there's not really like I
There's
can.
not a lot of safe spaces.
I'm going to take a step back. That's what I'm going to do, and then that'll end my turn.
Okay. Recto.
Time for some zombie punching, your favorite thing.
Yeah, Stone Fist is activated, so I'm gonna spend a key point up front and say I'm gonna use Flurry of Blows on this turn.
Okay.
So we'll do that, but first thing I'm gonna punch is a zombie to my northeast with my Stone
How many
Fist.
key points do you have left now?
I have 2 left now.
Do you have 5 total?
5 total, yeah. So I used 1 to activate my Stone Fist and 1 to jump across the river, and this is now my 3rd. So that hits him
All
for
right,
15.
Which is it, the one up top or the one at the bottom? Sorry.
Northeast, yeah, up top.
Okay. All right. So that hits him for 12, right? Or
15,
no, 15
because he's undead.
got it.
Yeah. And then I'm going to unarmed strike him as well. Just kind of follow through with like a roundhouse or something. I don't know, whatever. For 7 more.
All right. Okay.
I'm role playing this out, and it's like
Whatever. I nudge him strongly. I don't know.
roundhouse.
All right. So you hit him right in the chest, and your fist glows, and you can see some flesh just burn away with radiant damage. And you swing back around with the roundhouse kick, hit him, and his back breaks, and he falls to the ground in a hump, in a crumple, and then
I should have reversed it.
A heap.
I should have reversed it. I botched it. All right. Yeah. Well, then I'll hit him again with the radiant damage of the Stone Fist as he's getting up. Probably miss.
no, it does hit, and you see him just fly apart. His arms go in different directions, legs go in different directions. Destroyed.
All right, and then as that happens, since I still have 1 more unarmed strike left, since I said I was going to use my my flurry of blows.
Flurry of blows.
Yeah,
Yep.
and I have 1 more swing left, and so as I take him down, I kind of continue the motion and come around with my my other leg. I don't know, and sweep the leg with my unarmed strike and hit
Sweep
him
the
for
leg.
7.
Look the leg.
That hits.
technically forbidden by tournament rules, but we'll allow it.
Right. Fair enough. And then yeah, that's all I got.
So the zombie's dead, right? Because he swept the leg.
Yeah, swept the leg.
All right.
It's
Right, so he's
demoralized. Yeah, he's
He's
limping.
prone.
He doesn't have Mr. Miyagi to go talk to. I mean, that ain't gonna happen.
No, nothing. No, he doesn't know the.
Mr.
crank
Miyagi
probably.
he ain't on the zombie side.
You got a problem with that?
All right. So we're gonna the zombie next to Recto is gonna. So basically, Recto, Zig, and Squawk are each gonna get attacks. So
I'm 40
we'll
feet in
start-
the air.
Are you? Okay, you are. Then he didn't go there. You went.
No, actually, we'll play that out. It's trying to lunge at me.
No, he's not doing that. All right. So Recto, we'll settle yours first.
With what?
All right. Zombie attacks you and misses.
Yeah.
And now two attacks coming into Zigmundo. First attack misses. Second attack hits. 7 damage.
I got-
Which one hit me for 7 damage?
The
The
one
one
to
next to me?
Yes, the one next to you.
Yes.
Just wondering. Just gotta ask.
All right.
Hmm.
I'll go get
Jason.
Zig. You guys worry about the T-Rex.
Okay. I will approach it.
You kill the
Maybe
T-Rex,
I'll
I'll kill these mindless zombies.
How generous.
I'll keep pounding on these peons. You guys
Yeah,
deal with
right,
the
yeah.
zombie vomiting.
You guys go get that thing. Yeah. I just need you to kill one thing. I mean, that's it.
You had one job to do.
Oh!
Nice.
Continue to throw down on
Keep
this fucking
thumping,
thing.
man. Keep thumping.
You're slicing this thing up. Oh, no.
Misses.
First miss of the night. Okay, yeah. Long sword attack again. That's probably a miss.
That one actually hits.
Oh, okay.
He's a
And,
big hunk of hit points is all he is.
Let's see. I'll
The
take my
undead, I think, usually are.
I'll take my action surge to do another attack.
Yes.
Okay.
Which gives you 2 more, right?
I don't know, actually.
Gives you another
Okay.
action, which
Another
gives you 2
Not another
more
bonus.
attacks as your
2 more
action.
attacks. That's right. Yes, it does. Because
Use my action surge. What does it do? I don't know.
each action has 2 attacks in it. Right.
Yes.
So there's the first one, and here's
that
the
hits.
second one.
Okay. Hold on.
Shoot that.
And
Okay, hold on. Wait.
okay.
All right. So you bring the longsword around, slice him. The T-Rex falls. But let's see something here.
Because it's not fire or radiant or anything. It's just he's undead.
Well, that's enough. I would think it pukes zombies. That's
And you start to think it's dead, and then you hear.
It's gonna take something more.
Back up.
after all that, it got back up.
Yep.
'Cause
Okay,
you can't-
I'd like to use a superiority die and do a menacing attack on it,
Okay.
despite the fact that it's grappled.
All right, and
Ooh.
Oh,
so once again, it falters and it is now kind of sort of feared, but also can't go anywhere. So
stay down!
all right. So Tyrannosaurus zombie. Let's see. And so Nick, the effect of vicious mockery is that it has advantage.
Disadvantage on its next attack roll, yes.
Sorry, I just can't remember the effect of it because it's never worked before.
Yeah.
Oh,
Burn.
All right, so it is going to swing its tail at Roland. Disadvantage.
Oh.
Good thing too.
Yikes.
So vicious mockery still didn't really work.
Well, this thing must have a plus to hit that's just nasty.
Okay, so rolling 16
It's
more damage.
it's a plus 10 to hit, is what it is.
Oh, God.
Okay.
You have to screw the pooch awfully to miss such a thing.
And it roars and bites down towards Jason. And misses.
Huzzah!
He rolled a
Nothing
Bulletproof!
hurt,
He
too.
rolled a 5.
I'm bulletproof, bitch!
All right, rolling.
Test.
Yeah, we got you.
Does it sound better than before?
Equal.
Not the same.
Can I now?
I'm
I'm kind of
bulletproof.
contemplating if I want to drag him to the
Nothing to
water or
lose.
what here. Can I try to knock him prone while I have him grappled?
You can try to. So here's what I would say. Is if you
Because
can
I
make
was
a,
going to pull him to the water, but now and knowing that he went down one, I don't know if I want to bring him to the water now.
Okay, so I would say we can make an opposed strength check just to pull him down to the ground since you have him grappled.
All right, I'm game.
All right, so let's do a strength check.
Let me get this back up.
You can roll.
I'm going, yeah, and I'm gonna use my inspiration point,
With
Okay.
bardic inspiration.
bardic inspiration.
That's a D8, so go roll a D8.
Oh, D8, sorry.
That's not enough. So
No,
as you
that
try
that
to-
was I rerolled the strength. roll
That's
on
a strength
I
roll.
see.
Yeah.
Okay. So just
Ugh.
Not enough.
Yeah, well, yeah.
fate has decreed. This
So
guy's
close.
not getting pulled prone.
No, I mean that's all I got. That's the end of my turn. It's gonna keep holding on tight.
All right, Squawk.
So you would think after all your lives, one of them would be better looking.
Okay. All right. Wisdom saving throw. It's safe.
Oh my god.
Wow, you were so
He
bad.
rolled a
at that.
19.
So wise.
It knows that it was Nick trying to mock it.
Yeah, it does. It really
Be like, no, nothing. I'm a zombie T-Rex. What is he?
That ends my turn.
All right.
Zig. Burn it with fire.
Rolled the lowest roll I've ever seen out of anything for wisdom, and it still managed to beat you.
All right.
I'm rolling good on my attacks though.
You are. You're doing an excellent job, actually. But this is the vicious mockery success rate is so pitiful.
All right. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm going to turn the geyser on the one on the south of me.
Okay.
So I'll roll that one first.
And then he'll do a strength check.
Shit.
He does fail, so he's knocked prone and takes
Cool.
2 damage.
And then I'm going to use my go-to of Firebolt on the one to the west.
Okay.
Nice. Great
That hits
fucking
him.
roll, dude.
And completely turned to ash. Drops
Cool. I like it. The one that's prone is unable to attack now, correct?
Why would he be unable to attack?
If I were to flee. He doesn't have attack of opportunity, right? Because he's prone.
I think he still
yeah.
would.
Does
Sorry.
he?
Like I'm planning on moving.
Here.
Let me do some Googles real quick.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think he still has.
We've
He
looked
can still make an
this up
attack of
before.
opportunity. I think he might have disadvantage on the attack because I think that if you're prone, if you make melee attacks while prone, no, that's no, he's fine. There's no effect.
No effect. So as normal.
If you were prone and he was making an attack, he would get advantage because you're prone.
Okie
There's
dokie.
one zombie.
I'm gonna stay put, but I'm gonna give him a really dirty look,
Okay.
and that's gonna be my turn.
All right, Recto.
Yeah.
So it would have had a disadvantage against you if you tried to run, but it still would have gotten a shot at it.
No.
Right.
No,
I can't risk.
No.
it's prone only affects attacks against the prone target, not
The
from
creature
prone
has
target.
disadvantage on attack rolls.
Oh yeah, so it does. So you're right. It would have had disadvantage on the attack of
That's fine. I didn't want to risk it anyway, so we're good.
So my thought is, do I save Zig or do I go try to stun the T-Rex or kill the T-Rex?
You saved the wizard.
First off, I'm gonna Radiant Stone Fist magic attack this one right next to me. Just wind up and wail on him.
All right, that hits him, and you see light shine out of his eyes as it just falls lifeless to the ground.
Jesus Christ, I rolled a 1. That's awesome.
And it still worked.
Yeah,
You got a +9 on your attack.
with my +2 on my magic Stone Fist. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah,
And
thanks
then-
to you.
Cost him an action to get it.
It does. I had to give up an action to do that. I had to basically give up a turn to do that. To level 6, which is a myth. And then yeah. Then I'm gonna run at the one near Zig. I wanna run to this spot here.
Yep.
Yeah. And
And
I'm
you
gonna
have advantage on this one.
have advantage, but I'm gonna spend a key point and go flurry of blows on this thing because I haven't used the bonus action yet. But I'm gonna Stone Fist magic Stone Fist it with advantage, but clearly probably doesn't matter on that one.
Well, hold on a second, because it will. Is there radiant on this one?
Yeah, it's radiant.
Okay, then yep. This is as you kind of punch down into it, and you punch straight through it into the ground, and you see light kind of cascade across its body as it just loses all motion.
Okay. So yeah, then I'm going to not do anything else.
Okay.
That's my turn.
All right. The zombies, no more zombies right now. Jason, it's your turn.
Back to work.
Chop it up, man.
All right, that hits, and hold on.
At 8 hits?
No.
Oh, God.
And you slash it again, and once its leg comes off, falls over,
And it
the leg
rolled a
just kinda
fucking 20.
stitches back together, and it stands back up.
Of course, because it rolled a 20.
Second attack.
All right, hold on.
Still can't keep rolling that well. Oh my God.
What are you doing here?
Shut up! It can totally roll that well.
It keeps it keeps like getting parts chopped off and falling to the ground and just roaring and standing back up.
All
You
right.
just can't get it to stay down.
Final superiority die for a maneuvering attack for Squawk.
Well, roll your attack too, right?
Well, it's part of that. Okay.
Oh my God.
I hate this thing. How many points of damage have I put into this?
I move 1 inch south.
150.
All right. So it roars and slaps at Roland with its tail.
Bring it.
No disadvantage on this one. But it does not hit, I assume. Well, actually, what is your AC? It does hit. Okay, so hold on.
An 11 hits?
My AC
Yep.
is 11.
Oh,
I'm an octopus.
Fucking
I don't
yeah.
have armor.
yeah, no. You're a pile of just a pile of hit
I'm a
points.
big old
Yeah.
pile of squish.
Yeah.
So 19 points of damage there.
All right.
And then it's going to
So much
bite
damage.
Jason.
Man, I'm taking it with stride. I got 2 HP left. Going down with the ship, man.
All right, so Jason, you're going to take 4d12 plus 7 damage.
Yikes.
That can't be right.
Oh!
Good thing you saved that fucking zombie up there, Recto. Good thing that one zombie is dead, you pile of shit. God.
You're grappled.
Maybe if you could kill a fucking Tyrannosaurus, maybe if you could kill one thing, we'd be fine.
Maybe
You know,
could
I'm
kill
over here
one thing.
killing 5, 6 zombies. If you could just kill one thing, we'd be fine.
I hate you so much.
All right.
I like the Jason Recto rivalry. I feel like this is it's got some
hate
legs.
you so much.
Yeah.
Like, it wants the one zombie. You know, that's the threat.
I saved our mage.
Whatever. He could have taken one zombie hit. He had that thing in hand.
All right, roll on.
So can I just attack it again with my tentacles?
14.
You can.
You can, but you're not going to kill it. Because you lack the damage type that kills it.
Oh,
It just got to roll. I mean, it just you keep
Oh,
fucking
that's
rolling.
true. Yeah. Nope, never mind. Yeah, 19.
oh, all right. Are you done?
Yep, that's it. I was just hoping for a bad roll. Like, what can I
He's just
do?
throwing rocks, man. This DM
Like,
is throwing rocks.
I have a talent I think that could kill it. But I
He
don't
rolls
think it's
nothing
a
below
roll.
17.
All right, Squawk.
Okay. Hey, are you thirsty? Do you want some T-Rex?
Oh no.
No, that's the worst one
Ugh.
yet.
Yeah, sorry.
It's not your best. It's
I'm
not
working
your
here.
best.
All
Yeah.
right, so it fails.
Yes!
Oh!
So it flips its head over to you and does the enormous T-Rex roar. And all of a sudden you see its lower jaw just drop off.
Oh my god.
And like for a second it like looks down at the jaw bewildered and then just falls down. It stops moving.
Jason hacks at it for an hour and can't kill it, and Squawk just throws an insult at it, and it
What the
falls
worst
over dead.
fun in the world.
Hey, way to go.
Do I have a status effect of hyper annoyed?
Way to go, Jason. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I killed as many things as Jason did tonight.
Yeah, pretty sure. It seems right. That tracks.
Saying the thing that I kill is a lot bigger too.
Squawk.
Oh, wow.
Squawk, you're a killer.
So Troy, looking over the corpse of this thing,
Mhm.
how sturdy is its bone structure? Like,
So you,
still, I mean, obviously
you-
it's enough to hold up still most of a T-Rex, right? So
that's right. So you could spend some time hacking away at that if you would like to like what kind of I assume you're looking at maybe using something for a weapon or
yeah, I'd like to see if the type of bone or the structure of it, it being such a majestic death lizard, is
so because of the undead nature of it, it's not as pristine as you would hope, but the bones are still large and strong. But there are you can see some obvious flaws in them where they've deteriorated a bit. What kind of are you looking for? More of a hilt like thing, or like how large of a bone? Because there are bones in this thing that are 6 feet long, and this
So
big around.
you'd like me to specify what type of weapon improvement I'm looking for?
Well, or just in general, what are you trying to do?
Improve my weaponry.
How?
So would you like replace it with
With the
replace your
secret art
coat,
of
or?
bone weapon forging. I don't know how to bone.
Don't
forge
you
a
already
weapon.
have bone weapons?
That's Chris.
He has a sword. He should make this work.
I have been told that superior quality bones from larger
Yeah.
predator dinosaurs are of better use for weaponry
Sure.
because of whatever magical processes make them good weapons in the first place.
And so remind me again, are your bone weapons completely bone, or is it just the hilt?
It's the blade of the longsword is bone, and the hammer part of the hammer is bone. They're not. There's not metal in them. They're
Okay.
bone weapons.
Okay. So you find definitely you can find some toe segments that look about to be the right size for for your hammer.
Okay.
And you go up and you look in its decrepit mouth that's just full of kind of rotted meat, and you do see a few of its incisors that might make for a pretty interesting scimitar-shaped sword blade.
Okay. I would like to collect those.
Okay, so you collect those and you put them kind of in your. But it's going to take you're going to have some facilities to really turn those into weapons.
Yeah, I'll need some sort of that makes sense. But I'd like to gather
You
them.
can keep them with you. Yep.
Yeah.
So I'd like to make this super.
Hillers, is that bone trying to be a sword?
I don't.
Yeah,
It's a
I'd like
tibia
to make-
joke. Has a little bone joke. Tibia.
I don't get it either.
I'd like to make this quick while we're inspecting the T-Rex. Is there anything left on this that I can study and get a understanding as to what the live creature might be like? I don't know how much of this thing is melted down and whatnot.
I think that you would get enough of an understanding of undead to get a feel for what a real T-Rex is like. Yeah.
Okay. That doesn't come into play for a long time, but that's good to know.
Yeah, that's a ways away. This thing's CR8.
Yeah. Good to know that.
Okay. Anybody else want to do anything with the T-Rex?
Are we level 6?
No.
What's it gonna
The
take?
fair question.
So what time of day is it now? Are we able to keep trekking along towards Orolunga?
Yeah. So
We're
you
doing
guys,
morning, right?
you guys pack up. It's about midday now. Kind of finish the battle. You continue to walk west now that you're past the river.
Hey, can we? Before we do that, can we short rest is what, an hour, 1 hour,
or less? Yeah.
Can we
It's like
short
half an hour.
rest right after we win that battle
Absolutely.
for an hour?
Prior to that, then I'll engage my second wind.
Okay.
I'll short rest that one.
He wants to get the second win at HP. Yep.
Yeah.
Prior to the short rest, yeah.
Yep.
We just kind of gather ourselves, short rest, whatever.
Yep.
And then we keep moving.
All right. So you guys got a short rest in. You keep moving. The western edges of the river
You get Nick's thing though.
have a bit of swamp, but the swamp clears out much more quickly than the eastern side of the river, and you're back onto solid ground with jungle. You march along. You find a safe place to make camp. You camp for the evening and are able to make it through the night with no problem. In the morning, you wake up and you once again head westward towards Orolunga. And you are walking, hoping that you're headed in the right direction. Squawk peeks above the canopy a few times and tells you that you are getting much closer. The ziggurat is not far away now. And at last, you come through a tree line in the jungle, and before you see an enormous field of flowers. And in the middle of that field is a massive brick and stone ziggurat rising out of the field right there in front of you. It is Orolunga, and that's where we will pick up next week.
Cool.
Okay.
Gentlemen, I got to be honest. I've accomplished a lot of things in my life, but this feels like it's right near the top. that we
You're killing that one extra zombie over by Zygmundo. Is your top-line accomplishment?
no, the fact that we actually made it to Orolunga feels it's right near the top. Like we might actually get to level 6 on this campaign, and this would be fantastic.
Never. It's a myth. Never coming.
More importantly, we might get to a long rest.
Yeah, I know. Good lord, a long
Where are the
rest.
fucking Chalupa people? Where are they?
Where are they?
Come out, Chalupas! Come out and help!